Hey, shorties. Hello, hello. I see Mod Squad, the Mod Avengers, and Cat Randall falling asleep. Yes. Cat Randall falling asleep. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, Wendy's in the house. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. Poppy's here for her obligatory hello. Hey, Poppy. The open still fucking slaps, doesn't it? I love it. I love it so much. What am I doing with my lights here? Got new lipstick on. It's a whole thing. Hey, 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 hey. Ah! Shit's falling down. Jesus. Not Jesus. I would never use the Lord's name in vain. Hang on. Let's just regroup for a second. You know, like,
Shit.
Hi, Adam. Good to see you. I feel like I just saw you. Hi, Ernie. Good to see you. Wendy. Hi. And Cat Randall. Hi. Falling asleep. Hi. 10 people in the house. Hi, 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 hi. I'm Poppy. What are we doing? Well, I know Ernie would like to. Britt Ketchell's here. Hey, Britt. How you going, Miss Britt? Poppy, I love you, but don't lick me. I'm regretting the lips now. Dumb. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Never mind. Good to see you too, Miss Ernie. It's like it's been forever. So, hey, Adam, could you please share at everyone in the Discord on my stream schedule for this one? I ran out of time. Thank you. So this is here we are. We're going to let's do a rundown, an unpacking, a catch up of Delphi. Oh, yes, outfit change too. Yes. I have so many tops. Thanks, Sheen. I bought all these new tops. It cost like $100 altogether. Totally. Let me just get rid of some of these tabs because brain, that. Yes. Hi, Jess. Good to see you again. Love your faces. So the Richard Allen trial is currently underway in Indiana, Carroll County, or it was in Carroll County. It's been moved. Details. Judge Gull is the presiding judge. Yeah, Jess, the lip liner was the most beautiful color. And then I put a little bit of gloss on there, that like the lip color on top, and it wasn't the same color. It wasn't the most clear, cherry, beautiful color that the lip liner was. And then I put a gloss over the top and the whole thing. I wish I hadn't, but thank you. It's one of my new obsessions is the lip color. Anyway, so hi, Dawn Marie. Good to see you. Hi. So this trial, the trial of Richard Allen, in my opinion and in many others' opinions, is like Karen Reid trial, corruption, concerns on steroids. Hang on, this is something on this side. It's this side. This one's too bright. Sorry. It's just a whole thing. God, I look tired. Anything that could possibly have been suspect, questionable, and objectionable in the Karen Reid trial, honestly, to my eye and to many others, as I just said, it is equally, if not exponentially more questionable. Let's start with the fact that Judge Francis Gull, the presiding judge, refused to allow cameras into her courtroom. So that's already a red flag, right? Hi, Candy. Good to see you. Thanks, Dawn Marie. I alternate. I actually prefer the nude lip on me because there's stupid big lips. But anyway, turds in the house. Boom. Hello. Focus. I'm going to not look at the chat for a minute because I need to give this introduction strike reset. So pulling up a document. There's a timeline. I feel like a lot of you, some of you, many of you, chatters, replay crew, love all of your faces. It's big though. It's like a lot has happened. So let me go through a brief time, well, not a brief, just however long it takes, a timeline. I found a really good, concise document here. I've linked it in the description box, so you don't. I will read it. I will read it verbatim, and I will elaborate on things. So let me just give you a where we dot points, bullet points, verbally, where we're at, where this case is, where it came from, and then we can flesh that out. So we get a good basis, right? So let me just double check that I'm sharing this. Yes, I am. I'm a professional. We know that I am such a professional. So are we going to court yet? No, but I like it. Okay, so the picture there you see on the top left of the document is Libby, Liberty, German on the left, and Abigail Williams on the right. They're also on my thumbnail, obviously. And in the middle of this thumbnail is the infamous bridge guy. If you're even remotely a true crimey person, you will, I'm sure, have heard of bridge guy. So let me just read it. 7 years have passed since Abigail. When was this? Wait, when was this written? I don't know. Basically, the girls were found murdered. Abby Williams and Libby German were found murdered in Delphi, Indiana, on the morning of February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2017. So here is a timeline of the major developments in the case. I will flesh out the legally stuff and we'll go through it. But so also my description of this live stream, I took quite a lot of care to write the description, which is a fair few paragraphs. Basically what this here says, I used this as my reference just to make sure I got the facts right. But if you wanted to read that, it's a more nicely written version of what I'm reading to you now here, because I like words. 13-year-old Abby, so she's the girl on the right in the photo that you're looking at right now, and 14-year-old Libby were last seen alive on February 13th, 2017. I got crusties. Fantastic. I'm so classy. The two friends, they were besties, were reported missing after disappearing during a hike at the Monon High Bridge. An initial search for the girls was unsuccessful. So let me flesh that out already, right? Who else we got here? That weird girl Kim. Hey, good to see you. We got Candy's in the house. Jess said hi to Jess. Yes. So the girls, so the February the 13th was a Monday. It was it had been a less snowy year that year, winter in Delphi. And so the school, their middle school that they went to, hadn't used all their scheduled snow days. Sorry, I can't stand my white forehead. Give me 1 second. I know this is not cool, but I can't. I'll be so distracted. I put powder on my forehead and didn't refix up the. Anyway, thanks. They had a scheduled snow day, but it wasn't snowing. It was a beautifully, unseasonably warm day for early mid-February in Delphi. So on the Sunday night, Abby, who's smaller in stature, shorter, and Libby is taller and slightly more statuesque, or was, young adults, young ladies, pre-adolescents. They'd had a sleepover. They'd done amazing, fun things. They'd been giggling and doing girl things. And then in the morning, they were just mucking around at home. I think they sat outside in the beautiful, unseasonably warm weather. And I want to say they did some arts and craft, but don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I heard those details. And Liberty, the taller, older girl, asked her then 17-year-old sister, Kelsey, German, if she could drive the two girls to the Monon High Bridge, which there isn't much to do in Delphi, apparently. It's just a small rural town in Indiana. And so lots of the locals would go to this fairly moderate, not too extreme, not too long in distance hiking trail, the Freedom Trail, I think. Details to the Monon High Bridge, and I've got something. Oh, did I pull it up? No. Wait, I think I wait. Let me just pull this up because this will help us also. I'll find it for us. So Kelsey had, I think she needed to. She was working perhaps later, but she definitely wanted to go and hang out with her brother. So she couldn't go on the hike, right? But she said to the girls, 17, she had a license and a car, that she would drive them. Okay, I got that pulled up. So Kelsey at about 2:00-ish in the afternoon drove Libby and Abby in her own car to the head of the trail. Dropped them off. Apparently they took some selfies, some Snapchat selfies in the car, and with singing and dancing and listening to music in the car on the way there, having a teenage girl time. She dropped them off at the bridge and went off to Kelsey went off to her boyfriend's place. So Libby's grandfather, but father figure, Mike, Paddy. God, I should get the names right. I'm going to correct me, chat. If you know those, if I say anything wrong, please correct me, because I'm doing a lot of this from just my knowledge, not anything referencing here. So I could get things wrong. He was going to pick the girls up because Kelsey wasn't available to pick the girls up. So the deal was that Libby, Abby didn't have a phone, but Libby did. Abby didn't have a phone. So Libby would call or text Mike to say they were ready to be picked up, which she said will be ready at, I think it was 3:15. So only an hour. It wasn't a huge thing. And my pleasure, Annie. Yeah. So Mike, he did real estate stuff and was out, I think, taking photos of houses in the area. And he said he couldn't come straight away to pick them up, but he would be there, presently, not too long away. So he drove for what he was doing. It's a very small area, regional. Sorry, I'm being distracted by Adam. That's she looks really good combo. Oh, delight, thirsty. Thanks, babe. So he got to the agreed pickup spot up at the head of the trail, and the girls weren't there. They weren't there. There were some people around, other hikers, but he couldn't see the girls. Called and couldn't find them. So then, obviously, then there was calling amongst the family. I think that Patty, who is their grandmother, Mike's wife, details, tried to call the cell service provider and to get them to ping Libby's phone. They wouldn't do it. Family plan. Anyway, she wouldn't go. They did a lot of things they could to try and locate the girls using phone, find my iPhone and those sort of things. Not okay. They wasn't successful. So I think at about dusk, 5 p.m., the searching started, and the local community heard very quickly that the girls were missing, and they hadn't been in contact, and started looking, but light was fading. And I think the searches, there was no real grid search. It was quite an ad hoc search. They didn't ever expect that they were going to come up brutally murdered. Trigger warning for this, by the way. It's all pretty gruesome. I'm going to put on a banner while I think of it, because trigger warning. Anyway, the search was called off quite late in the evening, of just so firefighters and local law enforcement and lots of community members. So the next morning, the search for Libby and Abby, so this is February the 14th, Valentine's Day, the search for Abby and Libby grew as law enforcement and volunteers found, skipped a line. And volunteers assisted in the search for the teenagers. This is very like matter of fact here. So it says 2 bodies were found along Deer Creek, but were not initially identified by law enforcement officials. Foul play, however, was confirmed by officials. Well, I wrote this much more poetically, so fuck. Basically, in the morning, more community members came out to search, and a greater like fire searches. It was a grid. It was they established a grid. Family members were searching. Kelsey, the sister, was one of the people searching quite close, but not the actual grid in which the girls were found. But long story short, one of the searchers spied a sneaker, one of the girls, tennis shoes, and then before too long, only a couple of hours into the morning search, stumbled across the trigger warning, brutally slain bodies of Abby and Libby. So Abby was the smaller girl, right? And Libby was the taller, more statuesque girl. Abby younger, Libby slightly older, 12 months max. So both the girls had their trigger warning, had their throats cut more than once. Interestingly, horrifyingly, at least I believe one of the girls, I want to say it was Abby, but it could have been Libby. I'm sorry, I should get the details wrong. I owe them that respect. The throat was both horizontal and a vertical cut. Abby, the smaller, younger girl, had been redressed, but only in some of her. Well, she was dressed, but only in some of her own clothing. Some of the items were actually Libby's, like the jeans were Libby's, and the hoodie that she was put in wasn't what she was wearing, and it was too big for her. Libby was completely naked, and both girls. And Libby was trigger warning, hands covered in blood, and so just a blanket trigger warning, because I don't want to pussyfoot around this. But so Abby, the smaller girl, she had clean hands. However, her wounds, the fatal wound, had got a vein, but not an artery, a major arterial vein, but medical, basically a less important blood vessel. Yeah. So basically she died. It took longer for Abby to die. Libby, her carotid artery was severed. Sorry. So she bled out, exsanguination, very quickly. However, human instinct, when anything, like, if something happens in your cut or your human instinct is to do this, is to go, if someone's aiming a gun at you, so when someone's throat is slit, human instinct is for the person to come up and try to stem the bleeding. So Libby, who was more, the wounds were more vicious and the death more instantaneous. Her hands, with that instinct, were covered in blood, but she died very quickly. Yeah, so this happened in a matter of a minute or two, tops. Abby, however, who had the less severe but still fatal wound to her neck, had perfectly clean hands. So logic tells you already that if that same reflex reaction, very primal, is for a human to go like this when they've been to try and stem the flow, to put pressure on it. But Abby's hands were clean, so there was some indication, pretty obvious, that in some way she at least had been washed. And while after death, post-mortem, And while Libby was naked and had lots of refuse, like leaf matter, composty stuff, dirt on her, Abby was quite clean, and Abby had been redressed, albeit in different, not all of, some of her clothes, some of the garments on her were her own, and others were not. They were found right down nearby the creek, which runs under Monon High Bridge. But sometimes when there's high rains, the creek is quite high, and there are fish in there. And other times, not being televised. No cameras, no wonder. This is a fucking shit show, yeah. So anyway, it is a tough one, Wendy. It's a tough case. So there was from the beginning, but the window of perpetrators, and I say perpetrators because, spoiler alert, it's Rick Allen, ain't it, for me? We'll get there. I think it was more than one person. I do not believe, I do not believe. It is my opinion that Rick Allen was in no way involved. This man is, in my opinion, factually innocent, a victim himself of reverse engineering by a law enforcement department with tunnel vision, with a sheriff about to be re-elected and wanting to, on the eve of his election campaign, to pin someone for this brutal murder in this very small town in Indiana. Her hands, She also had a hair inside, tangled around her fingers. The sleeves weren't all the way pulled down. It was too long for her, and they hadn't pushed her hands all the way through. She had dirt. They put her shoes and socks back on as well. But she had all dirt on her feet, inside the socks. Redressed, 100% redressed. Well, good question, Ernie. Corruption? No camera? No wonder. The judge won't let cameras in because she doesn't want light to be shone into this absolute fiasco, despicable violation of a man's human rights, whether or not Richard Allen is factually innocent or guilty, whether or not he's convicted or acquitted. There will be a lot of money. It doesn't make up for the disgusting treatment. This man has literally lost his mind, lost everything. It's horrendous. The litigation over this, the civil litigation over this against the Department of Corrections is going to be monumental, not the point. Hi, Ruthie. Good to see you. Sorry, I didn't say I'm so busy caught up in my storytelling. I'm not going to be looking at the chat much, but if maybe I should get Adam to start things. Anyway, I'll try to. I'll do my best. Yeah. That's it, Ruthie. That's it. Basically, all they did was go back through statements and found a mail that had said that they were there that day. So Richard Allen on the day after, I believe it was, volunteered the information to the police that he was there that day. He was going for a walk, as did many other people. He came forward and said, "Yeah, I was there. Midday, 1:30, maybe 3 o'clock, but very non-committal." And then when they were looking for, I don't think anyone's going to vote him. I have a pretty good track record with verdicts. I think I'm, other than Ashley Benefield, which I believed in my heart needed to be guilty, but couldn't fathom that the jury would see it how I saw it. Not starting that one again, just saying every single trial I've watched, I've picked the verdict. So I think he's going to be found not guilty. Anyway, let's go back to the timeline. So, because otherwise I got down rabbit holes, and you know me, I'm really sometimes like this. Shit. So, So on the 15th of February, officials confirmed 2017, that the bodies found a day earlier were Abby and Libby. Police announced that they had found Libby's phone with what they believed to be photos of the suspected killer on the bridge. So I'm just plugging my laptop in so it doesn't die. That would be a nightmare. The Indiana State Police released a photo of a man, bridge guy. Suspicions were raised about Ronald Logan, the man who owned the property near the crime scene. His home was searched, and no evidence linking him to the crimes was found. Sidebar: Ron Logan did lie a little bit about his alibi, because I think he was not supposed to be driving, and he was driving, or he had a probation, something parole, something, wasn't supposed to be something, and was doing it. So lots of BS alibis in from the jump with this. Hey, Tiff, good to see you. Tiff, you'll be able to help me with this one too. Yeah, it is worse than Karen Reed. It really is. So on that note, I haven't. Adam, could you please drop in the chat if you haven't been already? Like my two sources that I'm going to for this, predominantly Andrea Burkhart. Oh, she is. I followed her. I watched her a little bit during Karen Reed trial. This hands down, her note taking. So basically, because there's no cameras in the court and they have 25. I think I saw someone else there saying 25 seats. I think it's 24 actually seats in court. It was Adam that said it. 25 seats available to the general public, not including the media with press passes. And so Andrea Burkhart, Bob Mutter from Defense Diaries, that's the other channel that I'm getting my information from, but less so because Andrea's is so good and I haven't got enough hours in the day to watch both at the moment. However, and then I think there's Truth and Transparency, Lana, Lawyerly. There's a few others. They're not channels I follow or subscribe. So for no reason other than there's not enough hours in the day. But Andrea Burkhart for me is chef's kiss. And then Ali Mott has been holding down the fort for Bob in Chicago where they live, and Bob's been in court. Andrea Burkhart's from Washington, so she's flown across the other side. Oh, actually, I don't know where Indiana is. Somewhere. She's not home. She's doing this. Like, basically, it's been a total shit show. Thank you, Adam, for sharing those channels. That's okay, Adam. 24, 25, same. Should be all of the world on YouTube's, right? So back to the note, why no cameras, and then why these very limited seating, and then why do they have to, a bit like Karen Reed, they have to line up outside, hold their seats, like hold their place in the line? Think Grant Smith Ellis and Jess Machado and stuff, except it hasn't descended into that. And Andrea had been initially, it's in week today. What's it, Friday? Today was the end of the third week of testimony. And the defense case has begun. So Tiff, anybody if I say things that are wrong, please correct me in chat, and I'll try to see in the chat. I struggle when I'm opining with my eye line. So if I miss something, if I say something wrong and it's egregious or it's really, really off, put some big exclamation marks or some, I don't know, trigger warning. No, I won't see them, like the emoji trigger warning in the chat. And oh, hey Charlie, good to see you. And it'll catch my eye. Anyway, so yes, Adam, coffee. Half you like. So basically, it's very odd. No, not odd. It's very much on brand for Judge Gull that after no cameras, denying all the defense motions, not even reading the motions, it's dismissing Brad Rossi and Andy Baldwin as his counsel, even though they'd done so much work, taking them off the case, despite the fact that Richard Allen didn't want to have them removed and begged not to have them removed. It went to the Indiana Supreme Court, and that decision was overturned. Rosie and Baldwin were put back on the case. Amazing. So on brand for Judge Gull to go, no cameras. And she's basically trying to create, it seems, on its face to create this sort of Lord of the Flies, like, utopian, dystopian environment where she wants everyone to be infighting. When they go to lunch or on a break, they have to get their spot in the line again. Like initially, there was no food or drink in the courthouse whatsoever, and they couldn't leave to go and get lunch or whatever. And if they get a lunch break or a break, they had to go straight back in line. I'm not familiar. Is that a channel, Tiff? Yeah. Yes. I think Gull's worse than Bev, to be honest, in my opinion. Anyway, so it's all pretty nightmarish for everybody, and it's by design. It's a curated nightmare nightmarish thing, and the reason is that they Nick McClellan, the prosecutor, lead prosecutor, Bev, Judge Gull, and then the law enforcement dodgy brothers. None of them want for there to be eyes on this, and so that's why no cameras, and that's why all the thing. Yeah, she was sleeping outside in line until now. There is a beautiful locals have started a fence sitting. No, very clearly delineated, not guilty, factually innocent. A line sitting sort of roster where people go day and night and hold place sitting, hold the place of various attendees, law tubers, etc. So we're just going through these early dot points. As I said, this one's linked in the description box if you want. Okay, so bridge guy. So we might maybe I'll pull that up. Hang on, I'll just check this. It's in my thumbnail, but that's gone now because we've started the stream. Bridge guy, Delphi. So, wow. Let's play this. Wait. This one. Share screen. Open. Sorry if that double played and got in your ears. Sorry, I haven't got earbuds in. Wait. Oh my goodness. Professional. Sorry, guys. Professional. And I don't even have my professional thing played. That's how professional. Sorry, I'm still here. Hi. Is that working? Let me see. Okay, let me share screen. Let me get rid of this screen for a second. So bridge guys, so this is where we're up to in the dot point thing, but let me go share screen. I lost a few people. Sorry, guys. So this is, wait. Share screen. Bridge guy. Share.
Murders. Clips from that video have been released to the public, but with a blurry screenshot showing the suspect. Now, for the first time, the 43-second video was played in full. Also taking the stand this week, witnesses from the park that day that the two teen girls were killed, all claiming to have seen the guy captured on that video. Bob Siegel was in the courtroom.
Jurors saw the entire recording today and then heard investigators talk about how they analyzed that crucial video and audio.
Tuesday, the jury saw the entire video of the suspected killer in the Delphi murders. Clips from that video have been released to the public, but with a blurry screenshot showing the suspect. Now, for the first time, the 43-second video was played in full. Also taking the stand this week, witnesses from the park that day that the two teen girls were killed, all claiming to have seen the guy captured on that video. Bob Siegel was in the courtroom.
Jurors saw the entire recording today and then heard investigators talk about how they analyzed that crucial video and.
So this video was found on Libby's phone. They had taken a photo Libby had taken a photo of Abby out on the bridge, like Snapchat, and posted it to her story, which is how Kelsey, the sister, knew that they were there still and that they had been there. And then, as I said in my description, clearly something happened. Andrea has opined speculated that perhaps it makes more sense. The bridge guy actually came from the far side of the bridge, that he wasn't following them, but that he'd come to them and passed them and then turned around. And that, as a woman, makes sense to me, that you wouldn't really, when there's people out walking and stuff, even though it was an unseasonably warm day and he's wearing like all this, that it was weird to them that this person, speculating, had passed them and then done a U-turn on the bridge, basically, which is very precarious, very old and rotting. I think it's 865 or something feet long and 65 feet high, very narrow, very decrepit. And so that piqued something in them. And Mike Paddy was ex-law enforcement, I think, but had certainly instilled in his granddaughter Libby that to always be aware of your surroundings and to speak out, and to document things. And so Libby either pulled her phone back out again or had it out still and started recording this suspicious guy. And this was the footage. They took a still image from this footage and used it in the media, the press releases thing, trying to find the suspect way back in 2017 and years since then. They grabbed some audio. They, being law enforcement, grabbed audio that said, "Down the hill." It's eerie. It's awful. I should see if I can find it for you guys. And then at a later date, added the guys down the hill. And in that, people, it had been said that you could hear the sound of like a gun clicking, like the thing being cocked, hammer, half cocked, full cock. Call back to Hannah Gutierrez. And so that's this. I'll keep playing it. That's the context for that, though. And I'm also going to show you some footage that was just taken this week by Hoosier Cold Cases, another channel following this case back. Not so much these days, but it's good boots on the ground footage. So I'll show you that next.
And audio. This fuzzy moment of video circulated for years as
Shorty, wait to watch the video because it says, "Guys, down the hill." Can you hear it? It's not very loud. That's as loud as I can get it. Sorry.
Investigators search for a suspect, a man known as Bridge Guy, a man prosecutors now say is the accused, Richard Allen. Testimony revealed the recording was taken at 2:13 the afternoon the girls went for a walk. For some of it, the camera is pointed down, showing the Monon High Bridge. Our reporter in the courtroom, Bob Siegel, said he could hear a girl's voice saying there's no path at one point. He learned that voice is Libby's. An investigator said his examination detected a male voice saying down the hill. A state police forensic examiner explained how he enhanced the video, adjusting color, size, angle, and more to create a usable image for investigators. In fact, one of the women who was on the trail that day told jurors, "I immediately knew when I saw that photo, that was the man I saw on the bridge." She and two other women who say they saw Bridge Guy on the trails just before the murders testified Tuesday afternoon. All of them described Bridge Guy in much the same way: larger or taller, in his 20s or 30s, muscular, with a boyish or youthful appearance. And some said he had brown, poofy hair. But those descriptions do not match Richard Allen's, who is not tall or muscular and was in his mid-40s at the time of the murders. Also today, jurors saw 49 pieces of evidence investigators collected in the woods near the girls' bodies and during the autopsies. That included clothes and shoes, swabs of blood, Libby's cell phone, the bullet cartridge, fibers collected from girls' fingernails.
There is heightened security around the courthouse where the trial is taking place. We've learned 36 different agencies are there assisting.
Okay. So, no, Adam, you can't tell who that is at all. As that little news clip suggested, bridge guy that the witnesses described, not necessarily that bridge guy, but they all generally said that he was not short. Richard Allen is 5'4", 5'5", has a buzz cut. BS evidence, yeah, not even 5'5", exactly. Thank you, Adam. And also, that bridge guy in that image has like a winter hat or a beanie or something on. There's no poofy hair there. So basically all that to say, coming forward to the trial now and the witness testimony has always been kind of questionable, because it was a conglomeration of many or a few very different descriptions, none of which seem to replicate or illustrate Richard Allen. Hang on, let me just do this. Here we go. So let me share this next. That's not what I wanted. There we go. So these are the two sketches. Can you see that? No. What have I done? Why am I like this? Wrong one. Did I get rid of the wrong one? No. Okay. Oh, anyway, you can see them. That's all we're doing. So this one, oh, you can't see that. The one on this one here was actually the first sketch released, if I recall. Tiff, someone clarify that for me. But it was the second sketch done. This sketch, the one on the right, on the far right of the screen, was released a couple of years later, I believe, but was actually the first sketch done. Now you tell me, do they look anything alike? No. So the witnesses were clearly describing people they, to their best of their recollection, had seen on the track that day, on that trail, but not necessarily the bridge guy, the one with the hat and the facial hair and the shaggy hair there down the sides, more like the bridge guy shown in that video. What did you say? Yep. Well, I've actually got that third-party defense motion here to go through if y'all want to. Thank you, Tiff. Tiff, yes. So Tiff's a wealth of knowledge here. I have knowledge. Oh, yeah, Nancy Grace. She was there for 90 minutes, tops, for on two days ago, I think on Thursday. Am I right? It's tricky. Thank you. And was there for just in her opinion, I presume, the most telling, incriminating confessions by Richard Allen. It's a whole thing. There's so much to go over here, but basically, whilst in prison, this is a man who hasn't even stood trial yet, was held in solitary confinement in a maximum security prison for 13 months. Like, that's millions of dollars in litigation right there. But what can you do when his already fragile mental state, his mental health, by his own account, Richard Allen's, was not fantastic. And so obviously, this poor man, like, I've cried so many times, like sobbing my eyes out, listening at at work with my earbuds to Andrea, just storytell the fucking shit out of it. She's so good. Her notes must be so good. She's amazing. Fangirling hard. So much respect. Let me just show you this. Hang on. My eyes twitching. Not even tired. Okay. So this was... Hold up there. Don't be getting too excited. This was 1 day ago, right? Wait, let me share this.
Oh, God, I can't walk this. Wish I could because it'd be a lot easier. So look, that's, you could slide down that, but God, oh, man, nightmare. For an older dude, fuck no.
Maximum security.
Everybody?
So just pausing it here for a moment. This was Bob Motta told Ali, his wife, today that the leaves have dropped in Delphi. And so this afternoon after court, and I presume they're probably live now. I haven't watched it yet. But he was going to take out a drone with a local to do some drone footage of the area. Now that the leaves have fallen like significantly in the last couple of days, that would better replicate the terrain and the foliage or lack of in early February. A bit different. But so this here is a little more lush, although it was uploaded only a day or two ago. But let's keep watching. Sorry about the Blair Witch of it all, but I think it's interesting to get your footings, your bearings a little.
Look.
Yo, Blair Witch.
Everybody thinks these theater ramps are
so quiet.
Drainage ramps. If you keep coming back, it's really not that bad. There it is.
So it's my understanding that barricade there, you used to be able to continue walking, but they barricaded off. Doesn't look too human proof, to be honest. But yeah, Tiff, I've been listening to all of Andrea Burkhart's, occasionally doing Bob and Ali's, but it's tricky. It's like, is this Bob? No, this is Who's Here Cold Cases. I can't remember what his actual name is. There was a whole rift in these creators like a while ago. Fuck, standard, right? Same as all the Karen Reed bullshit with the creators going on at the moment. So much pride and ego and like different creators and podcasters staking their claim on facts, on sources. And this guy, Who's Here Cold Cases, went off the rails a little bit and started just getting too embroiled in the drama. But I saw this come up in my YouTube home screen and thought, oh, very interesting. Yeah. Oh, Joseph Kane, funny. I don't feel tardy. You never feel tardy, yet here you are, strolling in 50 minutes late. It's fine. I haven't gotten to the point in any way, shape, or form, Joseph. We're just doing a bit of a Blair Witch trek around the area, the Bridge to Shoe Tree. This is the area. This is the terrain.
Yeah. That's a little easier.
Oh, thank you, Joseph. Paying for your lateness with a $2 super sticker. I love it. Thank you. Mwah. Wait. I've got something for that. Adam, God, I'm not a professional.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away.
It's not very loud. Playing it again.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away.
Thanks, Adam. Love it. No, although that could be different. Hang on. Pause. Taryn, I feel like you're talking about grey pubes. Am I right or am I wrong? Chat, I don't get into all this shit. Tiff, yeah, Tom Weber. Okay, I couldn't do prosecution because this prosecution is bullshit. But yeah, Lawyer Lee, I haven't watched it all. I'm so impressed with Andrea's note taking. I haven't yet caught any of Bob's. Like I literally have been so busy, but I've been trying to flesh out my understanding of what's going on by listening to a few others. I'll give Lawyer Lee a go as well, Tiff. Thank you, because it's really in depth. Hey, Steph, good to see you. So I don't think that's that. Could be. There was a fair bit of yelling in the Hoosier cold cases. And what's the other guy's name, Tiff? Is it Luke Nichols? They were doing fucking on Twitter shit as well. Like, oh, you dick swingers. Just let's just focus on the justice for Abby and Libby. And at this point, the injustices being served to the families of Abby and Libby and to Richard Allen, because it's despicable. Grey Hughes? Yeah. Dickhead. Yes. Hard. No, the grey guy. Yes. Well, Tiff, I sniff a lot and I clear my throat. So I'm sorry. But yes, Andrea, she goes a ride on 1.5x speed too, just saying, like, it's she's very, oh my God, her notes must be just, I was trying to think whether I could sit in court and take notes. Can I like record it? Yeah. Grey pubes, YouTube bad actors. Exactly. Okay. Let's go back to this. A bit more of a Blair Witch experience. Spooky dooky, huh? So there are properties around here. I'm pretty sure that's a mailbox. You can see houses in the background. Lisa, wait and see what's in the footage. I just saw the first bit. I'm like, yeah, we'll play that. And there is a little bit this at the beginning of this video. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a road down the bottom. So this is not a populated area, but it's not completely remote. It's just a little pocket of rural Indiana, yeah, with houses and horses and shit. So, and one of the witnesses on the stand said it was one of the defense witnesses. So yesterday, one of the girls, Shelby, one of the many Shelbys, mentioned that it was so quiet. You could have heard anything. You could have heard, what's the word? I want to say scuffling, but like a struggle. There we go. Certainly could have heard screaming or things. And how does one person within the space of the window the prosecution is claiming that this crime happened from woe to go, like an hour tops? How does one person control two girls silently, because there was people on this trail the entire time, control two girls with supposedly a gun, because an unspent cartridge was found within 6 feet of I think Abby's body. Don't quote me. I'm sure one of the girls will know. Ladies, it's about the same time of the day. It's a little bit more lush, this undergrowth and stuff. But yeah, it was 2:00 in the afternoon. This looks about the same. So one of the witnesses said you could hear anything. So one of the defense witnesses. So I want to know how just one man in the space of an hour can, even with a gun, control two. Also, a one 5'4", 5'5" man in his 40s, 50s. Someone will help me out with that, I'm sure. I can't remember Rick Allen. not a young man, 50s. And yeah, no DNA, don't need it. Why would you? And an unspent cartridge, no less. Not a shell casing that's been, a projectile fired from a weapon. No, unspent. So one man, 5'4", 5'5", two girls, silently. Trigger warning, slit both their throats multiple times, undress both girls, wash down one girl, redress one girl, admittedly hurriedly, but still, pose them, put some sticks over, potentially do some Odin, and yes, I subscribe to the Odin theory. Yes, come at me, bro. I'll fight you. I'll die on the hill. We can go into it. And get out of there in an hour. I'm sorry, no. So let's get going with this.
Oh, there might be. That's K. Weber's, though.
Okay, so Weber. Sheesh, we're skipping all over the place, but it's kind of, anyway, that's me. You're welcome. The state called supposedly, so they reckon that in the confessions to Michelle Waller, not Michelle, is it Michelle Waller? The psychologist that was the treating psychologist of Richard Allen in the prison, who incidentally was a member of the Defense Diaries Facebook group, a true crime junkie who listened to podcasts and knew of the Delphi case, was his treating psychologist in prison. Yeah. Okay, well, I wish I'd had the chance to no, my thumbnail is the different girls. So sorry, wait, wrong comment. My thumbnail is different girls to that photo on the document that I was showing before, because on my thumbnail it's Abby on the left and Libby on the right, and in that photo it was Libby on the left and Abby on the right. Am I doing left and right? No, I'm doing it my way, but maybe I am because it's reversed. Anyway, yeah. So Libby was the taller girl, older, slightly more statuesque. Abby was the smaller, younger, shorter girl. Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah, confessions, exactly. Thank you. Where was it? Wait, Monica. Thank you. I knew it was an M name. Thank you, Tiff. You're a wealth of knowledge. Thank goodness you're here. Hi, Danny After Dark. Good to see you. So, wait, what was I saying before? Odinism. So Bob and Jay, when the Franks this is so convoluted. So basically, I told you already, Ernie, I'm mostly talking to you. Remember I told you, chat, I told you that Judge Fran Gull, removed Rosie and Baldwin off from his court appointed his like legal aid. What do you guys call it? Like took them off his case, and then put him back on. The Supreme Court reinstated them, overturned her ruling to have them removed from his defense attorneys. That all came from this Frank's motion, which I have here, and it's linked in the description if you'd like to read it. I have read it, which puts forward a very compelling case, albeit on its face a rather sensational, what the fuck manner, beautifully written. I highly recommend you read it. And so all that shit went down after that, even though she never read the motion, to have them removed of the case. People, YouTubers, mostly prosecutor favoring YouTubers and other sensible folk were calling it as being just trying to muddy the waters of the jury pool, trying to bring in a third-party culprit defense, but mostly just like trying to stir up a shitstorm to deflect from Richard Allen's guilt. I don't think he's guilty. It's my opinion that he is factually innocent. In this Frank's motion, which is basically saying that that law enforcement leads and investigation results were shoved under the rug by so there was a fracture in the investigation. Don't even start me on the FBI being told not to help with the case after a period of time. But basically, 3 of the investigators followed proper leads and came up with some really compelling stuff about Odinist involvement, that it being a ritual killing with receipts. So back to my Bob Motta Defense Diaries and Jay, The Shaming of Jay, back when Jay was streaming full time, did a stream in response to this Frank's motion. Am I right, Tiff? I feel like I'm getting the timeline wrong a little bit, but basically went through. So one of the people, so Brad Holder, allegedly, don't come for me, but come at me, Brad Holder, you murderer. His son, can't remember his name, 16-year-old man boy, was dating Abby, the 13-year-old little one. Bridge guy and Brad Holder, very similar physique. Bridge guy that you saw in the video, right? Brad Holder, Odinist. Brad Holder's social media pages, Facebook namely, but also I believe TikTok or maybe Instagram. Proudly Odinist, proudly runes, proudly artwork, terrible artwork, about as good as Sarah Boone's artwork, depicting very similar crime scenes as that which the girls were found, right? Brad Holder. Yeah. I wonder if I can find that stream. I don't know. Hey, I should have done this already. I just decided to do this yesterday, so it's been a busy time. Basically, Bob and Jay went through, and Brad Holder hadn't locked his Facebook or anything down. He probably still hasn't. I'm not sure. Went through and scrolled through some of his bullshit. Like he's a fucking idiot, right? So much Odinist stuff, but it taking a belief system and twisting it and turning it to suit their own not biases, like their own to suit their own what they want to get out of it. Using Odinism as a shield for their bullshit stuff. It's basically skinheads stuff. And so Odinists then in this Frank's motion, we can read it, but I don't want to get too roundabout. But I kind of am. Okay, let's get rid of that for starters. Wait. This was always going to be an interesting one to navigate because it's massive and I got no one to talk me through the things. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, so okay. So basically it's a very long document. We certainly won't be reading it all but you can if you like. So motion for Frank's hearing. Comes now the accused Richard Allen by and through counsel Andy Baldwin and Brad Rosie files his request for this court to set a Frank's hearing in support of said motion. The defense counsel states the following. So this happened this was filed It was about a year ago now. I should know. I don't. I'm sure Tiff will know. Thanks, Tiff. Love you. On October 13th, 2022, following a roughly an hour and a half interview with the accused, Richard Allen, Detective Tony Liggett, he's one of the good guys, signed an affidavit for search warrant. Oh, wait. No, wait. Hang on. Scrap the good guys thing. Can't remember. My brain, which was a 5-page document, blah, 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 search warrant. The affidavit for the search warrant was also approved by a second signatory. Yeah. Sworn statement that the lengthy investigation would convince Judge Benjamin Diener, who was the presiding judge before he recused himself. I think it was, he basically said conflict of interest, I think, but it wasn't. He just didn't want to have the drama too much. Judge Diener, on his face and within the 4 corners of this document, the affidavit for search warrant was defective in that it did not provide the type of information. So basically, it was a really weak probable cause. And that's what's always been said. It's similar to the probable cause affidavit for the Brian Kohberger Idaho 4 arrest. I don't have any opinion on that, so I won't even go there. But people have drawn similarities between the PCA probable cause affidavit for that arrest and this one. Because on its face and within the 4 corners of the affidavit for search warrant, no reasonable person would believe that it was more likely than not that evidence of the murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German would be found in Rick Allen's home or vehicle. So basically they're saying from the jump, Judge Diener shouldn't have even signed this search warrant. Oh, God. Look at that. I got an ad. Fantastic. Why? The world hates me. It's a long lot of seconds. Hang on, we'll come back to it. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. I do have this. I just Googled it. I've got it in my phone. I should have just sent it to myself. I've got it saved. PDF. Okay. I don't know, Tiff. I don't even know. What am I doing? What are we doing? Where was this? I missed that. Where was it in chat? Oh, JFK. Yeah. You know what, Coco? I love that you all enjoyed that stream, but we're kind of focusing on this, if that's all right. I'd love to stay on topic. I don't want to sound like a dictator, but we're going to focus on this. Yeah. It's more like the KKK. Thanks, Taryn. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to stay on topic because this is hard enough for me to focus. If you guys could in chat try to keep it on topic, sorry, it's just hard for me to focus. This is so all over the place, and I'm doing my best. So I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to this. I want to refocus here. So because I don't want to be too scattered, and I am very scattered by default. Let's see what this thing is. Thanks. Thanks, Joseph. You guys, you know I can't stay on topic. Taryn, why aren't we staying on topic? Taryn, help me out here. Okay, so the FBI, so this is back to the time. This is back 2 days after the murder. Ronald Logan lived in one of those properties where I said he basically, the property where the girls' bodies were found, his property was adjacent to that. A bit of a suspicious character, not the best guy. Yeah. The FBI obtained a search warrant and searched Logan's entire property, including his computers and cell phones. Police did not reveal what items were seized from the home. Logan, who died in 2020, was never officially named as a suspect in the case. And there's been lots of those. I'm going to take my earbuds out, and it might mute for a second. I know it's going to. Okay. Okay, it didn't mute. So far, so good. So far, so good. I'm happy about that. All right. So, on the 22nd of February, 2017, police release an audio recording, which is the down the hill recording, which we watched that in that news thing. Initially, it was a screenshot still image of Bridge Guy, which is what I've used in my thumbnail for this live stream, and the audio only, just down the hill. The police say the man is a suspect and ask for the public's help identifying him. 50-year-old Richard Allen. He was 50 in 2022, so he's 52 now. He's lost a lot of weight since then. The anonymous tip line was receiving about a dozen anonymous tips an hour at this point in the investigation, according to police. On July 17, the first sketch of a suspect was released by police. We looked at those sketches. The one which, if you recall, had a hat, a skull, whatever they call it, that little Englishman's hat, and facial hair, some little flicky hairs out there. He looked kind of stout, and some dark coloured facial hair. 2 years later, almost 2 years later, on April 22nd, 2019, 2 years passed and no significant developments were made. The case was growing cold. No shit. On October 22nd, police released an updated sketch, of the suspect, with glaring differences from the original. If you recall, they are two separate people. The end. The updated sketch depicted a younger man with curly hair and no facial hair. While I think of it, the prosecution moved to not allow those sketches in as evidence, and guess what? Judge Gull granted that motion. So why would they not want for the sketches, they being the state and law enforcement and clearly Judge Gull, why would they not want these two? That was all there was. There was the picture of Bridge Guy, the guys down the hill, or originally down the hill, and then guys down the hill. And those two sketches were all they had. That was all they had. So now they've got a person. Coco, please, can we just stay on topic? It's really distracting for me. I am easily distracted. I would really love if we could just, please, take it to Discord if you want to talk about other stuff. That's cool. Yes, thanks, Jess. Jess, you know what I'm talking about, babe. See, now I've lost my train of thought. Please, I'm really asking you to just stay on topic. Okay. Thanks, Adam. I've totally lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so that's all. So now the state, the prosecution moved, and the motion was granted to not allow those composite sketches into evidence. Well, why? Questionable. Yes, thanks, Tiff. The young guy was Betsy Blair's sketch. Yeah, a beautiful man. Isn't that what she said? A beautiful man. Rick Allen. Hoslong the bullet was there, Ernie. Well, I mean, they couldn't even match the bullet being, what are the words? I'm not a gun person. Ejected without firing. They couldn't even match those tool markings. They couldn't even determine, they being the weapons people, gun marking specialist people, that it didn't come from another brand of gun. They couldn't even refine it to the make and model. I'm not a gun person. Guns, the same one as Richard Allen had in his home. They couldn't even exclude other brands. It's fucking bullshit. It wasn't even a fired cartridge. It was an unfired cartridge. Yeah, scally cap. There we go. Yeah, they couldn't rule out. There were no other suspect. I mean, there's been some people that come under investigation. Okay. But once they had, it's my opinion that the sheriff up for re-election decided that he needed to pin these murders on someone just in time for his election, his imminent $50,000 a year or more pay to be the sheriff. And so they went back into the files, allegedly, this is my opinion, my speculation, and found someone that then they could, thank you, colors. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's that. Yes, it was an unfired cartridge, cycled through a gun, but not fired. They couldn't even match it. So anyway, I think the sheriff and his cronies, so bullshit, reverse engineered. They went back through the files. They found someone who roughly matched the picture, the screenshot from Libby's phone, Richard Allen, who'd said he was there, and then reverse engineered all of it. Found that he had a gun, same kind of bullets. Yeah. So, shoosh, this is testing. I will sleep well tonight, y'all. I wanted Lorna Amber to come on with me because she knows this case inside out, but she has got a lot going on in her life, and I was not going to ask her to stretch her brain that far late on a Friday night. So anyway, we are doing our best. Chat, thank you for helping me with things, and Tiff Knox and others who know the facts. We can hive mind it. Remember I said that? Hive mind? Yes. So on the 6th of December 2021, law enforcement officials revealed the discovery of a fake online profile named Anthony Shots that had been communicating with Libby before her death. So this is separate to Brad Holder's son, who was dating Abby. All these cretins preying on young girls. I'll now put hand cream on my hands right before I need to touch my scroll thing, the not mouse thing. Yikes. Let's see if I can still do it. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's good. The profile used photos of a male model who was not a person of interest in the case, but the armchair detectives, the sleuths online, geez, it was toxic and dangerous. All sorts of shit went down. People were, you think the trolls doxing Jason Broyles in my earlier stream, not Haley Walbrecht, et al., were doing horrible things. The people, armchair, like the sleuths, with good intentions, but yikes. So much heavy shit went down. The account was later linked to Keegan Klein, Peru, which is Indiana, who admitted to making the fake profile to meet underage girls and receive explicit pictures. Now, I know that there's been some talk in Logan, thank you, Tiff. I love you so much. Do you want me to send you a link? She's like, no, I'm not a camera person. So I think Andrea mentioned about her. She herself still has some questions about Keegan Klein. I mean, if Keegan Klein, Anthony Shots, is creating catfish, predatory online accounts, profiles to prey on young girls, and Brad Holder's son, Logan, thanks, Tiff, is also IRL preying on young girls, 13-year-old Abby, in a very small community. I don't know, man. What do you think? Could there be some sort of a fucking link? Oh, no to the link. I know, Tiff. I was just pretending. I was just like wishful thinking. Colors. Yeah. So Colors knows gun stuff. Cool. That's good to know, Colors. I don't. I would love to shoot some guns, but I haven't, and I don't know gun stuff. And my brain. Okay. Okay. So, but the Keegan Klein was I think he's in jail for other stuff. Yeah, for this stuff. Again, Tiff will probably correct me. Anyway, so but no, apparently no link to this crime. But I have questions. October 26th, 2022. So, wow, just 2 years ago, a couple of days ago, 50-year-old Richard Allen of Delphi was arrested. And it was an absolute shock to everybody, right? Who remembers? Thank you, darling. I'm doing my best, Jess. That's the best I can do. I really am doing my best, and I'm trying my hardest because... shit. Freeze. Colors. You can teach me how to shoot. I can't wait. I'm always camera ready. No, I'm not. I'm an ugly mofo most of the time, but here I am. Here I am with all the lipstick, and it looks all right from afar. I don't like it when I'm large on the screen. I like it when I'm this little square here. Okay, the real boy, what's this? Man from Anthony Shott's profile is an actual cop in Alaska. Oh. How do you know that, Tiff? Asking for a friend. Jokes. Yeah, I don't even remember. Yay, colors. Yay, thank you. See, we're staying on topic. Thank you, Adam. It's tricky because it's so big and so all over the place, and I hope it's making some sense, and I hope I'm not being too flippant for people. I like I said, I've cried many times in the last week. I had to play catch-ups also. That's the other reason, Tiff, why I haven't necessarily been on top of all the coverage, because up until I was doing Sarah Boone and Leilani Simon at the same time for the last 2 weeks, and then caught up on all of this Delphi through Andrea Burkhart in the last week. So it's been quite the journey to get to this level of contemporaneous information. So I really appreciate everybody. Oh, Taryn can also teach me how to shoot. Adam, you better stay in line. But I'm not going to shoot you, Adam. I'm not a true crime story. I'm a true crime. I don't even like the name. I'm not going to. Adam, if somebody dies, I can help clean up afterwards, but I can't kill anybody, and I can't. But I could make the evidence go away if I had to. Don't know if that fits my moral compass. Probably not. So we'll just stay as law-abiding citizens, all of us, okay? I'm just using some humor to make light of a very dark and it's. I don't know how any of those people, Lawyer Lee, Bob Motta, Lana from Truth and Transparency, et al., Andrea, of course, how they're going with this. I know they're mostly all attorneys. I don't think Lana is. So they've dealt with some pretty gruesome evidence, images, cases, but this one hits pretty hard, right? And also and it's twofold, because Richard Allen, to my eye, to my gut feeling, I've never thought he was the guy. I never thought he was bridge guy. I never thought he did this. It just hasn't sat well with me. So that was my point. All that to say, how wild was it when Richard Allen was arrested? It was wild. It just didn't sit right? No, Ernie. No. We'll show up on power couples on the Forbes list, making all the fucking bank. It just didn't sit right. The PCA was weak. I remember Bob just going, "What the fuck with this? This is weird." Bob Motta. Yeah, Taryn, I feel that hard. I feel you in my bones. So back to the document here, because this helps me stay focused. Sort of. On October 28th, 2022, Allen was formally charged with 2 counts of felony murder. He was temporarily taken to the White County Jail, where he was held without bond. So, Andrea, and I can only speak to Andrea's recounting of the telling of the taped interviews of Richard Allen in the couple of days when he was brought to the station to talk to Holman, Dodge brother, lying son of a fucking bitch. His whole world, and I don't know about you guys who have been listening to this through whichever channel, but for me, Andrea's retelling of those interviews, because it's not for. Andrea actually filed a motion for there to be full visibility for everybody to have access to all the evidence, because it's now public record. But Judge Gold denied that motion. But the interviews, as told by Andrea, Richard Allen basically goes from like sort of like incredulity to the dawning realization that they were trying to pin it on him. And from that, within a couple of days, Ruby comes in the house. Huh? Ruby comes in the house. Good to see you, darling. Yeah, Aussie Insider. I can't with her stance on this one, and I respect her opinion. I feel very passionately about this, Tiff. I don't know about you, and I don't want to cast any aspersions on Aussie, but I do not agree with her take on this. And she has. I come from my place of my understanding and the channels I've followed and the documents I've read and my own gut instincts and just sense for things. And I'm sure Aussie Insider has all those same things coming on a different path to a different outcome. And that's okay. But I can't. I can't with that. It's stressful for me. It's wild to me that I don't want to. It's wild to me that someone can so completely understand and accept and advocate for the corruption, tunnel vision, incompetence, and straight up frame job of Karen Reid, cannot see those things in this. We're seeing something else. Okay, exactly. Yeah, we have a right to our opinion. Yes. Aspersions. I like words, Ernie. So anyway, that's all I'll say about that. I certainly, there's no way that I could have a conversation with Aussie about this. I would lose all my words and I would get upset. So we'll have to agree to disagree on this one and see what comes out in the wash. And that's okay. That's okay. I love Aussie all the time. I hope she loves me too. November 22nd, 2022. That's a nice round looking number, isn't it? Should the probable cause affidavit be released? That was the topic of a hearing held by a special judge on that date. Carroll County Judge Benjamin Diener previously granted a motion from Carroll County Prosecutor Nick McClelland. Oh, I spelled his name wrong in my description. Yikes. I'll have to fix that. To keep all documents from the public. Allen's defense attorney, Andrew Baldwin, said he wanted the documents to be made public due to a lack of evidence. McClelland revealed that he believed others may have been involved in the slayings. Interesting, right? They had to squeeze it all in to make it fit, to make the facts fit the suspect. What? Hard no. Love the sound effects. Wait, actually. I need a fucking wine, mate. And Ernie, I know you don't drink, and there probably are others in the chat who don't either. So. Okay, on the 28th of November 2022, Allen's defense team filed a motion to change the venue of the trial, originally scheduled for March 20, 2023. So 18 months ago, due to extensive media coverage. On the 29th of November, so a day later, Special Judge Fran Gull of Allen County ordered redacted court documents to be released to the public. The documents revealed the reasons for charging Allen with the crimes. He was on the trail the day the girls disappeared, and an unspent round found within 2 feet of one of the bodies allegedly came from his gun. Spish. The court granted the prosecutor's motion for a gag order prohibiting anyone associated with the case from speaking publicly about it, including the family members. What? Someone send me a super chat so I can play this one again. I'm joking. I am not a grifter. Wait. Wrong one.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away. Shit.
Back to it. You gotta laugh. In court documents, September 18th, 2023, so almost 12 months later. In court documents filed on September 18th, Alan's attorneys, Andy Baldwin and Brad Rosie, requested it. Now I understand why Bob always says Rosie and then has to restate it correctly as Rosie because it's spelt Rosie. Requested a Franks hearing, a court proceeding wherein the court is asked to determine if the police officer lied in obtaining a search warrant. In the 136-page document, again, it's linked in the description box of this, and I honestly, it reads so well, I can't because it keeps throwing out ads at me. And I'll post it in Discord in the Indiana v. Richard Allen channel in trial watching. It will be an ad-free link, so you can. It's just the document. It's the PDF. So I probably should have done that into the description box, but professional. So you can read it at your leisure. It's a compelling read. Honestly, read it. So good. Not that it's just the third party culprit defense. In a nutshell, which incidentally Judge Gull denied. So same, Karen Reid, no third-party culprit defense for you, Richard Allen. Sorry, not sorry. Well, you have a right to a defense, yeah. And if the defense theory is that some other guy did it, guys, also my theory, you should be allowed to present that to the jury, right? That's the right to a fair trial. The right to a defense. It's unconstitutional, right? That's my understanding. So the defense claims there is an overwhelming evidence in this case that shows members of a pagan Norse religion called Odinism, hijacked by white nationalists, ritualistically sacrificed Abby Williams and Libby German. I concur. If you want to hit me up in Discord for a more succinct and focused reasoning as to why, after I post that document, give it a read and we can chat about it in there if you like. On October the 5th, 2023, law enforcement officials were notified of an evidence leak on October 5th, 2023. Crime scene photos circulated on the internet. That's right. And were sent to podcasters. Murder sheet. Ugh. Hard no. A former employee of Baldwin's law firm, Mitchell Thomas Westerman of Westfield, admitted to taking the photos from the office, from their war room, where they have all of the discovery file and all of the evidence laid out and accessible, not locked away, with a trusted employee. According to court documents, Westerman is now facing criminal charges. Another man who disseminated the evidence later died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound after being questioned by police. So that's why. Okay, so let me keep reading, Lisa. Keep reading. A status hearing on October 19th, 2023, did not happen after Allen was left without counsel. Why? In an Allen County courtroom, Judge Fran Gull, announced Allen's defense attorneys, Andrew Baldwin and Brad Rosie, withdrew their representation of Allen before the hearing. The attorneys later claimed the judge forced their withdrawal. Remember, Tiff, anyone else who was there through this, remember the outrage, shock and horror when that happened. Do you remember? Bob was in a frenzy. Bob Motter. Wow. Whose case? Oh, thanks. Asked and answered. Yes, best sound effects. Well, I mean, that's great. So anyway, that's right. So they put forward this Frank's motion. Great read. Great defense. Great theory. I subscribe to it. And then this, for whatever reason, this vermin disseminated the photos. Westerman. Yeah. And sent them out to Murder Sheet et al. I don't recall, and I'm sure Tiff will, I don't think the photos ever actually got into circulation to the general public. I think that probably everybody used their moral compass and steered themselves away from that bullshit, thankfully. Vile move, right. But as a result of that, Fran Gull removed them. So what she did was she said no cameras in the courtroom, right? And they were filing motions to have, like transparency in the judicial system. The public has a right. Richard Allen has a right to this transparency and full. The optics of it isn't good and it's unconstitutional. So before this hearing, Fran Gull said, "Okay, cool. You can have cameras. You can have cameras in the courtroom for this one." And then proceeded to tell them, his attorneys, Baldwin and Rosie, that they could either withdraw their counsel of Richard Allen, or she would rip them a new one with the cameras rolling. A Hobson's choice, right? A Hobson's choice. No choice at all. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Loves me some good words. Right. Yeah. No, we ain't got no grift, Ernie. Adam, we ain't got no grift. So they did withdraw, and then they said they acquiesced on its face, ostensibly. So many good words. Me pretending to be a lawyer. Lol. Would have loved to. Probably wouldn't have been able to get my ducks in a line though. So wait. I didn't see them. Sorry. Fuck. Jesus fuck. Jesus fuck, lazy lady.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away. Shit.
Thanks, Joseph. And also, thanks, Ernie. Oh, not real streamlined at the moment.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away. Shit.
Thanks, guys. Keep them. So anyway, they said, yeah, basically, go. We'll agree in writing. We'll withdraw in writing. Well played, Fran. Well played. And then they went back and they're like, nah, hell no. Hey, Amy, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, look, now we're on it. Fucking yes. Wait. Okay. How do I don't know if I can. How does fucking.
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away. Shit.
How does Will the Glarer do it? I can't remember. Does he put the super chat up on stream, or does he play that god awful super chat song first? I think we'll see. Yes, 30 cents. YouTube takes about 40%. It's all right. I'll take $1. $1. Oh my god, my brain. I'll take it. Thank you for your support. Love your faces. Thank you for being here. So anyway, they didn't file it in writing. They basically instead said, no, we didn't withdraw. We just were shell-shocked, effectively, and nah. And then Tiff Cara, song first. Thanks, Amy. Hate the super chat song. Same. I sent Adam, I think that'd be really cool, that quote that he showed me as my super chat thing. I'm like, way cool, way shorter, and way less annoying than the Glare's super chat song. He's like, I'm not familiar. I'm like, And then I audio messaged him the whole thing, like, chef's kiss. Heard it so many times. So bad. Hated. Anyway, went to the Indiana Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court overturned, with a very strong opinion, returned, that Judge Gold was not within her rights to remove them from the case, and they were from his representation, and put him back on. The end. And here we are now. Best. They've done so much work for it, and they believe in his innocence. So these defense attorneys are not just defense attorneys being I don't know, they haven't this defense attorneys aren't always yeah, Cutler's right. It's so bad. It's awful. Nothing about it goes forever. It's so bad. Hey LJ. Yeah, that song sucks, right? Kara, I love you, Tiff. Can you be my document hound and fact person? I'll pay you with love. Is gifting memberships better than super chats with YouTube? So YouTube takes the same percentage. Gifted memberships thanks, Kat. Gifted memberships are great because they build what I love, like obviously the money. Yeah, I love the gifted memberships because it creates a real good vibe in the chat, and people love getting gifted memberships. More people can use the custom emojis, and some people then will, once their gifted membership month is up, renew themselves and or pay it forward. It also means we can get thanks, Kat. It also means we can get more member emojis the more we have. And now that we've reached a certain number of members, many of them gifted memberships, I was able to add a whole lot more member emojis into the members chat bar, and they never go away. So even if we drop off with the members, why? But thank you. That's really kind of you. Thank you. So it's all good. Buy me a coffee is probably the best one. Buy me a coffee takes the least cut. I don't have Cash App or Venmo access in Australia. None of us do. I do have sort of set up a PayPal, but I was like, I can't. It's like too technical and I'm too overwhelmed. So, thanks, Joseph. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't see who got them. Congratulations, whoever got those gifted memberships. Thank you. That's really kind. And wait, oh my God, I'm such a professional. What do we play first? I think
I'll
this.
take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away.
And then this.
Shit.
And then this. I need wine. I'm not even joking. It's almost 1 o'clock on a sad day for me. Definitely here. This will just have to do for now, and then we'll. I never did a poll either as to what other sound effects people might like, but if you drop them in the chat now, Adam, I dare say will jot them down for us, and if they're relevant and fun and or pertinent and or easy to do, we'll do it. Why not? We can add as many sound effects as we like. Okay, so let's get back to this document. This is helpful for all of us. So, Lisa, keep reading. Allen urges the Indiana Supreme Court to review the special judge's decision and reinstate his former attorneys. He implored attorneys. He implored the Supreme Court to allow that. He did not want to have those attorneys removed from his defense team. He strongly objected. Kara Weineke, what a bitch, what a badass bitch, what a boss bitch. She's so cool. She was on Ali Motta the other day in Defense Diaries during the day talking about appellate stuff. She's a wealth of knowledge and a lovely lady to boot. So go in and check out those streams. They're really helpful to get a better understanding of the law, because Bob and Ali Motta are both defense attorneys. Ali is still a practicing defense attorney. Also, Defense Diaries podcast is amazing. Their actual podcast. Bob Motta's voice is butter. It's the best voice I've ever heard, and I like voices. Check them out on Spotify. Okay, so on January 18th, 2024, on Thursday, Jan 18th, the Indiana Supreme Court justices heard arguments in the case at the Indiana State House. Bob was there. How cool, Bob Motta. Allen asked the justices to act on 3 matters: reinstate his former attorneys, replace the judge, and set a speedy trial date within 70 days. Hours after the hearing, the Indiana Supreme Court issued a ruling to reinstate the attorneys, but denied the requests to remove the judge. Shit. And here we are. They also set a trial date within 70 days. Funny. Doesn't feel like 70 days, but okay. On the 29th of January 2024, prosecutor McClellan files verified information of contemptuous conduct against Brad Baldwin and Rosie, requesting they be held in contempt of violation of the court orders for a press release that was distributed on December the 1st, 2022, as well as an email outline of the defense's discovery that was allegedly sent to an individual who is not an attorney on the case. You're allowed to share your work product. You're allowed to confer with other attorneys as to how you're going to proceed with your defense case in chief. It's a thing. They do that. Attorneys do that. As well as for crime scene photos that were leaked. That one that Westerman leaked. A hearing on the matter had been set for 12th of February 2024 in Allen County. However, it was moved to March 18. What do we got? Let me check chat. Yeah, colors. Just staying on topic adjacent. So Bob, he started off as a an attorney who went to podcasting because Bob Motter's father was John Wayne Gacy's attorney, one of. When Bob turned 21, I believe, his father, Bob Motter Sr., gifted him the reel-to-reel or cassette or whatever format it was in, tapes, the Gacy tapes. And Bob had those in a box and didn't quite know what to do with them, but they were unheard, never been heard before. And then when Bob, many years later, decided to do something with it, went through the tapes and actually, spoiler alert, found some proof that even though John Wayne Gacy was, without a doubt, guilty of all those murders of those young men, burying them under his house in the crawl space, yikes, that there was a little bit of a frame-up job to make sure that those charges stuck and to make the link from the suspicion to a probable cause affidavit to the arrest of John Wayne Gacy. I didn't really want to hear that story, so I started with his other podcast, the second season first. So good, best podcast ever, like 52 episodes, so good. I went back and listened to the Gacy one. So good. If you're a true crime podcast person, 10-10. Yes. Short is better than longer. Yes. I think the applause is a little bit too long. Adam, here, chat. What do you think? I think it's a bit of a half as long or even a third, but it's great. Just shorter because I like to do it over the top of people talking. Me talking. Anyway, so that money. Sound bites are fun. It's like the cartoon part of my brain gets to stretch its legs. It thanks you. Yes, you're welcome, Ruby. I just think with what I'm generally talking about, even when I'm like doing live reacts on something like a Plevin video, which isn't that often, but a lot of what we're doing here is heavy stuff. And I'm never, ever, ever making light of the victims or their families or but humor helps to lighten, to lift a little bit, yeah. Wow, Jess. That's pretty cool. If you haven't already listened to the Gacy tapes on Defense Diaries, it's honestly mind blown. So good. What are we talking about? Focus. Heavy topics need a light break. Thank you. And I think I'm the fucking delight to deliver that for us all. Just saying. Like, really, what else would you want other than what Ernie and Adam might want? I mean, I feel that in my lungs. I think it should have a bong rip just saying, where's Pat Sanford? A full dab. A dab rip. Anyway, back to it. Okay, so Alan's defense on February the 7th, 2024, so this year now, Alan's defense team wants all charges against Alan to be dismissed. Same girl. The attorneys claim key evidence was destroyed during the investigation. Like the Brad Holder interview, poof, mysteriously disappeared. But anyway, it doesn't matter. No third party culprit, right? But the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office replied that there are no video and audio of the interviews. Rewind. Professional. The defense requested video and audio from police interviews. Lisa, keep reading. I am EDB, just without anywhere near the number of subscribers or the legal knowledge or anything. But me. But the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office replied that there are no video and audio of the interviews. Yeah, not now, according to court documents. According to the attorneys, they discovered a letter cataloguing evidence. Suspicious. They claimed the letter reads, due to a DVR program error, so many technical errors in the recording of even the, technical errors in the recording of the Richard Allen interviews also. Weird. It's like the Canton brainworm or the Canton triangle, just the Delphi technical issues. Due to the DVR program error discovered on 9/20/2017, all recordings up to February 20th, 2017 were recorded over. Okay, I see what you're doing here. There is no detectable audio found on this drive. Also, on February 7th, 2024, Judge Gull reviewed Baldwin and Rosie's January 28th, 2024 motion to disqualify her as a judge in the case, and under advisement and having considered the pleadings, denied the motion without a hearing. Denied. That's worse than Bev. Gull cited the Indiana Supreme Court's previous denial of a similar request by the attorneys. Excuse me, a 14-day jury trial is currently scheduled to begin on October 15th, 2024. Here we are. So, chat, that's the rundown with all sorts of twists and turns. Wait, what am I doing? In general. Bubbling bong water. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Megan's here. Hi. Bill Gates, Tiff. So that, let me just stop sharing that. Blame anyone. Wasn't us. That's a general theme, yeah. It's like a major theme. I'm so shiny now. It's too many hours with makeup on. Like all of the law enforcement officers and the witnesses, technicians and stuff in this trial have been like, well, that wasn't my purview, that wasn't my fault, that had nothing to do with me, that wasn't my wheelhouse, that wasn't my responsibility. A whole lot of lack of accountability across the board. But I thought we could so this just dropped, and I think maybe Melanie Little might have just read through this, but I'm far more of an experienced and learned attorney than Melanie Little ever could be, so we're just gonna read it. I'm joking, obviously, but I like documents and shit, so I love documents and shit, right? That's that. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. This document is already in the Indiana versus Richard Allen channel in my Discord. Thank you to Cherie, who is a document hound for a channel called Under the Gavel. As the gavel falls, something about gavels. I don't even know if I even know anything about gavels, but or being professional. But so thank you, Cherie, for answering my call, my plea. Anyone on Twitter, can anybody help me with this document? She's like, yeah, I can help you. I was like, girl, I love you. So it's already there if you want to read through this. It's not going to be linked in the description box. So if you want an enticement to join my Discord server, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, so this is not as long as the 136 pages of the Frank's motion. Haven't really read it yet either. So, I mean, I tried, but my brain didn't want to. Let me see if I can make it bigger. That's what she said. I don't know, man. Oh, okay, wait. Here, look down here, this bit. Fuck yeah. Booyakasha. Oh, like, wow. Total professional. Can we see it though? Let me check. Yay. That's pretty cool, huh? I love the gavel sound too. Same. Yeah, surprising, isn't it, Tiff? I won't be a cynic. CEG, my PSA from the start of my stream this earlier. It was 5 p.m. Eastern. CEG. Anyway, Melanie Little has a very strong following, and I've enjoyed a lot of her lives, and I'm glad that she's shining light on this using her platform to do so. It's great. I love that. It's great for justice. Legit. All right. So this was filed within the last little bit. Don't quote me. Probably Tiff will know. The accused's second motion to admit evidence of Odinism, Norse paganism, ritualistic killing, and also motion to admit evidence concerning Elvis Fields and Brad Holder as third-party suspects. Stop what you're doing for a second, because so Elvis Fields, let's hear this, Tiff. He's the special one, right? Yeah, I saw that, Cat Randall. Tiff, Elvis Fields is the one who had the IQ of about 70, right? They're like intellectually challenged. I don't know. If I was Proctor, I'd say the R word. Anyway, a little bit slow, pretty sure. So when interviewed by the police, as documented in the Frank's motion, read it. Thanks, Tiff. I love you. Wait, have we got more? Do I have to play more things? No, good. Phew. I was looking for more money and there wasn't any. Joking. Okay, so Elvis Fields said to his sister, Tiff will correct me. Thank you, Tiff. I love you. Said, if my spit, and I'm paraphrasing, if my saliva, no, he said this to the police. Yikes, Tiff will correct me. Anyway, TLDR. If my saliva was found on one of the girls and I can explain how it got there, would I be in trouble? I'm sorry, sir, I can't hear you. Like, if my saliva was found on the girls at the crime scene and I could explain it away, would I still be in trouble?
Shit.
Sir. I mean, sure. I'm not sure about that, police officer. Why wasn't that included in anything? Third-party culprit, Elvis Fields. Let's keep reading. Distressing. This shit is distressing. This is in my opinion, this is far worse. I think it's far worse in totality because of what the mental and physical and financial, mostly the mental and physical terrorization that Richard Allen has suffered. Imagine being held in solitary confinement for 13 months. Oh. Okay, let's read. Okay, where was I? Richard Allen. Okay, comes now the accused, Richard Allen, by and through counsel, and moves this court to admit certain evidence that this court thus far has prevented the defence from presenting to the jury, pursuant to its September 4th, 2024 order granting the State of Indiana's April 29th, 2024 motion in Lemonade. In support of said motion, the defence states the following. 1. On October 23, 2024, the defence has previously filed his first motion to admit evidence of Odinism, Norse paganism, ritualistic killing. 2. Since that motion was filed, additional evidence has been elicited through testimony and other evidence that further opened the door. Boom. I think we should have a door opening sound, Adam. What do you reckon? Kick and open the door. Yes. What am I doing here? Of Odinism, Norse, that officially opened the door. Lost my spot. Too busy worrying about lip gloss. Yikes. Sorry, chat. Professional. Okay. Also, since that motion was filed, additional evidence has been elicited through the testimony and other evidence that opened the door for the defense to bring in evidence that third-party suspects, Elvis Fields and Brad Holder, father of Logan Holder, thanks, Tiff, 16-year-old boy, man-child, dating 13-year-old victim, Abby Williams. Remember, Abby was the smaller one. Abby was the one whose hands were seemingly washed clean and who was redressed, as I believe Nick McClelland used, suggesting a desire to undo some of the crime. And what do we true crime people know about when murderers try to cover up, cover the face of, redress, make comfortable their victims? It's usually a personal thing, not just some random guy on the trail who wanted to have his way with two young girls thinking that they were older, got freaked out by a white van, decided instead to slash their throats many times each, one down this way, redress one of the girls, pose them, put some sticks on them and flee in the space of an hour. Okay. Right. Sniff. Additional evidence admitted during trial that supports introduction of Odinism, Norse, paganism, ritualistic killing evidence. Mouthful. How's you doing, chat? Many, many, many times, Prince Lover, in his initial interviews, before he had spent months and months and months and months and months in solitary confinement, and before he'd received the discovery file, he never once said that he did it. After they broke his spirit, and he'd seen the images in the discovery, he started, because he'd lost his ever-loving mind, he started going, like, it's all like, he started in the same phone calls saying he did it. But for me, the essence of his confessions are him saying to Tiff, I believe his mother, perhaps his wife, Kathy, beautiful Kathy, perhaps to his psychologist, actually. It's to his psychologist, Monica Waller. I will tell them whatever they want to hear. Can't remember what his bargaining was. I think it was that so that he could see his wife, so he could not be in solitary confinement. Can't remember. Tiff, so much information. Colors. Like I was standing at work, so Andrea, like after they showed all this video footage of Richard Allen's initial interrogation, his next interrogation, where it dawned on him that he was fucked, and then his arrest, and then they brought in Kathy Allen, his wife, and she was, by all accounts, understandably beside herself. Richard Allen is trying to console her and reassure her, and had so much care and empathy for her. And in the courtroom, Andrea says that Kathy was crying, sobbing, hands in her head, crying, and that it was the male jurors who were looking for longer and longer, gazing, not just glancing, gazing over at Kathy to see if she was all right, like with concern and care in their hearts. And And apparently when that whole video testimony was at completion, I'll probably cry. Richard Allen turned around to look at Kathy. Whew. And the way Andrew described it was that he had such love and softness and gentleness in his face and his eyes. And he just turned around and they had a moment. Like, this is so bad. It's so bad. And that's why it outrages me that that there are people out there who, I don't know, are choosing not to feel this. Yeah. Like it's visceral. So, I mean, listen to whoever you like and believe, read everything, watch all the channels, listen to as many viewpoints as you can. But what you feel is what you feel. And I know what I feel. Anyway, sorry, chat. Got me. Fucking got me. Back to it. On Wednesday, October 23, 2024, can't see, crying. Forensic pathologist Core testified that possibly 2, possibly 3, possibly 4 instruments were used to cut the necks. Oh, yikes. Whoa. Languaging, verbiage. I don't love that. Okay. Sorry, trigger warning. Cut the necks of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. That in his autopsy report, Dr. Kaur believed that some cuts may have involved the use of a serrated instrument and other cuts may have involved the use of non-serrated instrument. Now I've got a nose whistle like fucking Flanders when they're in church. Homer Simpson wants to strangle Flanders because he's got a nose whistle. It's me. Hi, I've got the nose whistle. Yikes, sniff, sorry. Providing the possibility that more than one person was involved in the murders. During this testimony, hang on, come back to see if you're all right, chat. After I had a little cry. Soz. Good. Thanks, Ernie. No, exactly. Yes, he did say it was not me. But then the confessions that Nancy Grace is talking about and that people are hanging their hats on, it feels a lot like I hit him. Did he actually confess, though? In what state of mind, right? Oh, my God, Emily. Now I'm even more paranoid. Wait.
Shit.
God, I'm such a fucking delight, aren't I? Lord. No, I got no boogies. Thank you. Yeah, crying. And also I've got very small nostrils, okay? Look, they're really small. And I broke my nose a while ago, like about 5. Look, everyone, can we just agree to have the elephant in the room being my nose whistle? Okay? I know, I can hear it. You can hear it. Tiff is out. Can't do the nose whistle, bye. Fuck. Can't. Yikes. No nose breathing. I'll have to mouth breathe. Is that worse or better? No, I can't. I'm going to have to... Right, that's it. The end of the stream. I'm done. Goodbye. Jokes. Okay. Gulp. Wow. I keep getting better. During his testimony, Dr. Kaur, I don't know how to say it, backtracked somewhat, but still did not exclude the possibility that the injuries to Abigail Williams and I'm laughing at my nose whistle. Shh. Not cool. Don't laugh. That the injuries to Abigail Williams and Liberty Williams, typo, Abigail Williams and Liberty German were caused by both a serrated and a non-serrated instrument. I mean, that's awkward. Calling one of the victims by the wrong surname. Yikes. Yikes in the chat. Yeah, Reese. It's in the description box. The Odinism, if you haven't already, it's in the description box. The Frank's motion, which details all of the Odinist third party culprit stuff. Thank you, Colors. Are you mildly deaf? Profoundly deaf. Now I've got a red nose. Gosh. Okay, let's just all pretend that I look beautiful, that I sound pristine, and that this stream is so professional. No, Emily heard it. Fuck my life. Jokes. Emily, stop. Sometimes when I'm walking in the supermarket, I've got my earbuds both in, listen to trials, and I'm like, wow, I got a nose whistle. Like, it happens quite a lot. It's not just now. It's not exclusive to now. And I'm like, damn, yeah, I don't care. I don't know these people, but I know you people. I don't want to torture. Like Tiff, I know will like run off into the distance very quickly if she can hear my nose whistling. Sorry, Tiff. I love you. Yikes. Also, since the trial began, the prosecution admitted certain crime scene photographs into evidence, including photographs of the crime scene in which the sticks on the girls were clearly visible to the jury, allowing the defense to ask questions concerning the sticks on the door. There's a whole lot of door opening going on, yeah, from what I can gather within the trial. Stuff that the prosecution, Nick McClelland, has tried to keep out, and then has elicited testimony from his own witnesses opening the door, slam it, like barge on through it. Seriously, he's just an idiot. Nick McClelland is a fucking idiot. He's better than Lally, but only marginally. And we haven't had to listen to him. Who knows? He might even have more of a dial tone drone voice than Adam Lally. But Andrea Burkhardt hasn't said that about him. And so I think probably in fact, she's said that he's better than Lally. He's done some quite. Apparently, she reckoned that his opening, Nick McClelland, the prosecution opening, was probably better than Andy Baldwin's. It was more. It had a theme and it had a cohesiveness that didn't seem to have. That didn't seem to be apparent in the defense's opening. But we couldn't hear it, so we don't know. Any competent trial lawyer would ask a variety of questions concerning the unusual way that the sticks were placed on the victims, and that it would be ineffective for the trial lawyer not to ask questions concerning the sticks placed on the victims, right? Right. On Saturday, so it's 6 days a week, the trial, Saturday half day. Like, wow, because they have a time limit. They have to get it done in a certain period of time because Judge Gull, I don't know if she's going to go to the Cape from Indiana, something. On Saturday, October 25th, 2024, Lieutenant Jerry Holman from the Indiana State Police testified to the following. On cross-examination, Lieutenant Holman testified that it was his belief that the sticks/branches found on the girls were used by the killer to conceal the bodies. Sir? Really? On redirect, Prosecutor McClelland asked Lieutenant Holman if another reason that the sticks branches were found on the girls was something called an undoing. Oh, I thought he was talking about the redressing of her. Anyway, Lieutenant Holman responded, yes. Door, meat open. Open, meat door. Talent, well spoken. I thank you, Emily. Even if it's there, can we just all pretend that it's gone? I'm just mouth breathing. If I sound like a mouth breather, smacking. Sometimes I do them. I apologize. I just apologize for my existence. And honestly, that's a theme throughout my entire life, is trying to minimize my impact. I know it doesn't seem like it's incongruent with how I am here, but like minimize my impact on those around me. Stick placement. Yes. Boogies. Wait, no. They were cut. The sticks were cut, not torn. Cut. No, Tiff. That's amazing. Adam, I didn't have boogies. Like, honestly. Okay, look. I just need to reset for a minute. There's no more talk about my nose whistle. Like, it's my channel. If part of my channel is me having a nose whistle and you want to be here, check it. Like, I'm doing my best here, man. Nose whistles and all. Okay, like this, after this, no more nose whistle, no more boogies. Focus. Wait, why are we looking here? Everybody, let's lift each other up. Okay, we all love each other. We're here because we love each other. We're amazing people. We're loving, kind, supportive, experienced, empathic, funny, caring, compassionate, amazing people. Don't ever apologize for anything, ever, about anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Look, Ernie, harsh. Now, yeah, well, same. Didn't I just? Oh my god! Oh, yeah, like good. Bow unto me. I'm joking. Look, honestly, I think Adam really got that last nose whistle comment in before I said no more comments about it, or he's got oppositional defiant disorder. Either way, like I'm drawing a hard line in the sand. There will be no more. Thank you, Prince Lover. Oh my God, we're not still talking about the nose whistle. Okay. Yeah, it's extra. If you want to hear my nose whistle, send me a $50 super chat. Damn it. Nah. Fine. I won't. Joking. Back on track. Thank you. Emily's going to focus. We're all focusing. Thank you, Prince Lover, for getting us back on track also. Did I leave the nose whistle comment on the screen? Did I leave it on the screen? Yeah, I did. I run this ride. It's a roller coaster. Okay, through through his testimony, the doctor's testimony, it was determined that it is feasible that multiple people using multiple knives, supporting the defense theory that Odinists / Norse paganists were involved in the murders. Did someone say door open? Again, it's like a hallway of doors, all open. As Dr. Perlmutter testified on August the 1st, 2024, knives are a classic sign of Odinist Norse paganism culture, and that knives are classically used in the ritualistic killings. This document isn't that well written. Sorry, not sorry. There are typos and sentences don't flow, and it's not just my reading. Anyway, maybe they should ask me if I want to help them out with it. I like words. Number 10, the doctor's testimony revealed that perhaps as many as 4 knives were used, and at least one of those knives may have been serrated, supporting the defense belief that multiple Norse paganist Odinists using multiple knives were involved in the murders. Should I keep reading, or should we talk about the fact that never before had this doctor or we're still on the nose whistle. I can't. Should we do a whole nose whistle stream? Yeah, I broke my nose and didn't get it reset, and that did create some issues. Okay. Yeah, you did, Emily. And you know what? I love it. It's in the spirit of this channel, and I am so here for it. You can fuck shit up. Everyone, fuck shit up. We can do it. We can always get back on track. Is Taryn still here? We always get back on track. Okay. So this Dr. Kaur had never once in the 6 years since doing his autopsies made any determination that anything other than a serrated knife with perhaps a guard had been as in a shield, not a guard, like a thumb shield on the knife to stop your hand slipping down onto the blade of the knife while you're utilizing it, the serrated knife. Never before had he said that until, and they tried to dodge and skitch around the dates and shit. The Holman, lovely guy, lovely chap. 1010 would recommend him as my investigating detective. Not if I want to find the actual murderer. It was only after Richard Allen had mentioned something about murdering the girls in his psychotic state, extreme psychosis, extreme mental distress, prolonged on many antipsychotics, upping his dosing taking away his medications, solitary confinement. In one of his confessions, said that he had slashed the girls' throats with a box cutter. And it was then on the witness stand, that this medical examiner guy, the doctor, said, well, actually, I was always thinking it was a serrated knife with perhaps an irregular serrated blade, perhaps. But then I went into my garage one day and I saw a box cutter, and I saw that yes, Prince Lover. The doctor said, I saw that a box cutter, and I thought, well, that the way that the edge of the box cutter and then the blade looked more like the patterning. Well, that's interesting. He'd met with Holman. Holman had heard and Nick McClelland, the prosecutors, had heard these confessions, and I mean, is it plausible, given everything else, that these good guys suggested strongly to the doctor that that perhaps it wasn't a serrated knife. Perhaps we should say it was a box cutter. And suspicious. Keep reading. I think keep reading. So good. Sniffing. Furthermore, upon reviewing the crime scene photographs that have been admitted into evidence, there are no obvious drag marks to the naked eye, as in on the crime scene. Nor were there any police reports or charts that showed drag marks at the crime scene. Even blood spatter expert Pat Cicero admitted that he could observe no drag marks on the crime scene photographs that he reviewed. Now, let's remember, Richard Allen, 5'5", max, 50, 45 when this crime occurred, these murders occurred. One man, two girls. Yeah, Abby was a slip of a thing, a little 13-year-old thing. Libby German was a taller, more statuesque girl. She was stocky. One man lifting the dead weight or dying weight, sorry, but up off the ground to pose her? One man. Okay. Seems legit. I like what you did there, guys. Really? I loved it. Typos. Didn't see the typos. I did skim read it twice. I love it. It's in the description box. I mean, maybe I was caught up in the hype of Bob. It's easy to get caught up in Bob's hype. No, box cutter is not serrated. No, that's exactly the point. He was insinuating that the housing in which the box cutter blade sits could have, like Andrea basically debunked it in her stream when she was retelling it, but could have been what caused the supposed serration marks that he witnessed at autopsy. And you got to remember, skin is elastic, so is flesh. And trigger warning, a gaping wound will open. Sorry, a cut like that, in any skin, a big cut is going to gape. Yeah, so it loses some of its edges, ragged. But exactly, Kat, seems like a real bit of a stretch. And suspicious that he's 6 years later going, oh, actually, I don't think it was a serrated knife. I think it might have been a box cutter. I went into the garage and now I think it's that. Okay, right. Sure. The fact that there is 12. The fact that there is no evidence of drag marks support that more than one person was involved in the murders, including 2 or more people needed to lift Liberty German's body. I should have just kept reading. Right, standard. Explaining why there was no drag marks. There were no drag marks from where she was killed to where she was ultimately found, supporting the possibility that multiple Norse paganist Odinists were present and participating in the murders. 13. As it relates to Lieutenant Holman's testimony, when Holman answered yes when asked if another theory of why the sticks were on the bodies, well, this is a bad sentence. Sorry, writer. Was because of something called an undoing. His testimony is yet another reason. Oh, I put a full stop there, but okay. His testimony is yet another reason provided by the state of Indiana as to why the sticks are on the girls. 14. Wait, let me see how you go in chat. Wow. Don't have an asthma attack, Ernie. Is this what's happening? Bye, Prince Lover. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stiff. Mate, I'm making good points all over the place. I think. I can't remember. I hope. My mouth says things and my brain's like, hey, what? So many things. Okay, so colors. What about also someone suggested in Andrea's chat that perhaps it was on Abby, right? Could they have been held by multiple hands but not bindings, upside down, trigger warning, for the throat cutting, some of it at least. And the Brad Holder Facebook page showed, and I've seen these drawings on full display for public consumption, very primary school, grade school level artistic capabilities of a human figure, not gendered, I can't recall, hanging by one leg, like in the tree pose, yeah? Like, you know, when you stand in yoga, stand on one leg and bend the other knee and put your foot up on the inside of your leg. So that sort of thing, but inverted with its throat cut. Suspicious. The defense has 15. The defense has its own theory as to why the sticks are on the girls, and Richard Allen has a Sixth Amendment right to provide that theory to rebut the state of Indiana's theories, including the prosecution's latest theory that the sticks are related to an undoing, which is what I was talking about, like redressing, covering up, making comfortable, putting something over the face, some level of regret or remorse or guilt for the crime, for the taking of one's life. And if it was Abby, yes, it was Abby, both of the girls, but Abby was redressed, Libby wasn't. And if Brad Holder's son, Logan, was dating Abby, maybe Brad Holder felt bad. Allegedly, come for me, murderer. Additionally, 16. Additionally, blood spatter expert Pat Cicero opined and or the prosecution led the jury to believe, through questioning, should be, that Liberty German was moved by her to her final resting place to conceal the body. Also, the blood spatter was on the opposite side of the tree, whether it was arterial spray or transfer from an implement or an object, or whether it was painted on per runes. Well, they're on the opposite side of the tree to where the girls were staged, their bodies were staged. Make it make sense. 17, the prosecution's line of questioning of Pat Cicero was pursued by the prosecution on direct examination and opened the door to the defense offering alternative theories as to why the body was placed in its final resting place and why the sticks were placed on the girls. The defense theory is that Liberty Germans and Abigail Williams' final resting place was related to Norse paganism, Odinism, and a ritualistic killing. Yes. What do we got? Sawbite. Sorry, I was just reading in my head. Not helpful when you're a YouTube streamer. Striation. Grooves. Yes. Grooves in a blade. This is the serration. Yeah. Serration is this. My teeth are serrated. I have bumpy on the bottom of my teeth just naturally. Thanks, Mother Nature. Cheers. Appreciate it. Striations are the marks that would be along the blade, either horizontal or vertically. But the serration is this. Yeah. What's good question? I missed. Will you tell us what I think happened? Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I think Brad Holder and his gang of merry henchmen, including Elvis Fields and a few other key characters, killed the girls. I think there was 3 or 4 of them. I think they probably took them off site and brought them back based on the complete lack of any coagulation of any blood. There was no blood. 2 girls died of exsanguination. They bled to death. So you need to lose. So let's say that's like, I talk in liters. 6 or 7 liters of blood in on average in a human body. I don't know what that is in you American and your crazy fluid measurement, but a lot, yeah. A liter. This is a liter. It's not. It was just a little bit of blood around, yeah. So I think that they took. I think okay. So I think the bridge guy was Brad Holder. He looks a lot like him, the father of Logan Holder. I think the bridge guy came from the wrong side of the bridge towards the girls. I think that they knew him because it was Abby's boyfriend's father. That they probably said hello, but then when he came back around, turned back to come back at them, and she might have told Logan that they were going to do that bridge walk. They were posting on their Snapchats, so the father could know. He came back around. I think guys down the hill, bundled them down the hill with a gun to herd them along, waiting at the bottom of the hill because there was all sorts of suspicious people. There was all sorts of witness accounts of men, solo men, walking on the track, not saying hello back to the friendly country rural Indiana stuff. I think they took them away, killed them, washed them down, perhaps in the stream. I don't know about they took them away, but maybe killed them in the stream because Abby's clothes, the clothes Abby had on were damp. Washed down Abby. Didn't wash down Libby because Libby was collateral damage. Libby was left naked. Abby was redressed. Skedaddle. That's what I think happened. Four pints. I don't know, guys. Just a fuckload of blood, yeah? A fuckload of blood. A fuck ton. In the creek. Yes, Tiff, that's right. I get there. How many guns are in a liter? Turd. Oh, Pierre, I'm sorry you're having a tough night. Oh, wow. Who are you? Fuck off, cunt. Seriously? Bye. Not you, Pierre. I was saying hello to a troll. Pointed out. Said, Karen Reid is guilty. All right. We're not even talking about Karen Reid, but okay. Thanks for dropping by. Love your face. Love seeing the back of it better. Bye. Okay. Well, we are here for you, Pierre. This is still heavy going though, so I don't know if it's going to help, to be honest. Okay. 18. Richard Allen has a Sixth Amendment right to present its theory of why the victim's body was placed in its final resting place and why sticks and branches were placed on her body. 19. The defense believes that both Liberty and Abigail's bodies were placed there because of the desire of Odinists to pose the body and form sticks on the body in an arrangement for reasons only understood by the people that murdered the victims. The dogs are barking because there's someone at the door. So, sorry, can't come to the door. Dr. Pearl Mutter has testified as to how the sticks would only have meaning to the people who were involved in the murders. 20. Additionally, the defense expert Dr. Dawn Perlmutter, indicated in the August 1st, 2024 hearing that the arrangement of sticks was not an undoing, as an undoing is typically an attempt by the killer or killers to provide dignity to the victim. Poppy, okay. Hallmarks of an undoing might be the closing of the eyes and the mouth of the victims. In this case, the girls' mouths and eyes were open, and one victim was displayed naked in an undignified manner in that same tree pose, I believe. But don't quote me. Poppy, please don't leave me. This would be inconsistent with an undoing. The defense should have the opportunity to explain what it believes is an undoing and how the crime scene does not exhibit an undoing. Oh, good. Good, Pierre. Well, you don't have to get over it, Pierre. You can wallow here. Perlmutter. Yes, what I'm saying. You guys do your thing, your lovely chat thing, Dr. Dawn. You guys do your beautiful supportive chat thing. I'll just keep motoring on through this as my voice decides to go at however hours in we are. Okay. In bold, evidence introduced before and during trial that supports the introduction of third-party suspects Elvis Fields and Brad Holder. 21. On Saturday, the 25th of October, 2024, Lieutenant Holman was asked a question about how many people were involved in the murders of the victims. 22. Lieutenant Holman offered that only one person was involved in the murders. 23. After offering that only one person was involved in the murders, Lieutenant Holman offered the following as part of his reasoning for believing that only one person was involved in the murders is that, parentheses, based on his training and experience, close parentheses, when more than one person is involved in a crime, there is often a point in time when one of the participants will discuss the crime or reveal the crime, whereas when it is only one person, it is much easier to contain that secret. No shit. That was Lieutenant Holman's theory. It doesn't say no shit, by the way. That was Lieutenant Holman's theory that supported his belief that only one person committed the murders. 24. Since the September 18th, 2023, the defense has consistently maintained that evidence supports that Elvis Fields was a participant in the murders along with Brad Holder and others. How we going, chat? It's all right, Turd. My brain is slow, so I'm not in sniper game either. Good. Carry on. Keep talking. I love your faces. I love you guys talking. As long as it's on topic and relatively on topic. And thank God we got past the nose whistle thing. Jeez. 25. Wait. No. 24. I read that. Since September 18, 2023, the defense has consistently maintained that evidence supports that Elvis Fields was a participant in the murders along with Brad Holder and others. Yeah. 25. According to Lieutenant Holman's theory, as testified under oath on October 25th, 2024, that was a Saturday, if it is true that Elvis Fields and Brad Holder were both involved in the murders, then it is likely that one of them will have admitted to being involved in the murders or providing incriminating statements concerning being at the murders. Sidebar, yes, Elvis Fields documented. Evidence exists that supports the defense contention that multiple people were involved in the murders and also supports Lieutenant Holman's theory that if multiple people are involved in a crime, that at least one of them will reveal the crime to others. Once you've got more than one person knowing a secret, it is no longer a secret, which is why it's wild that nobody has flipped in the Karen Reid case. In the murder of Officer John O'Keefe. I know you know what I'm talking about. 27. For example, blood spatter expert Pat Cicero testified that it is possible that both girls were killed at the same time, which would indicate that more than one person was involved in the crime. Yeah. 28. Additionally, Pat Cicero also admitted that one explanation for Abby having no blood on her hands is that while her neck was being cut, someone else held her hands down. 29. Law enforcement conducting the investigation into the murders have interviewed one suspect, parentheses, Elvis Fields, close parentheses, who A, asked inculpating questions to a state trooper. If my saliva was found on the girls and I could explain it away, would I still be in trouble? Paraphrasing pretty much word for word. And B, has connections to those who have incriminating evidence on their social media. CEG, what I said before about Brad Holder. We'll do another stream. I'll see if I can find that one where Bob and Jay went through his social media and wow. As well as a direct connection to one of the victims, Logan Holder dating Abby Williams. 30. Therefore, evidence exists that multiple people were involved in the murders, rendering all purported alibis as suspect due to the ability for the ringleader to claim an alibi while others are doing his bidding in terms of abducting the victims. 31. Brad Holder's first alibi, for example, would allow him to be in Delphi no later than 2:30 p.m., perhaps earlier, while Elvis Fields and others abducted the victims and held them awaiting Holder, the ringleader. In 32. In 2018, law enforcement pulled Elvis Fields in for questioning to the Rushville Police Department, and at the end of the interview, took Elvis's DNA, then explained to Elvis their reason for taking his DNA. At the conclusion of the interview, Trooper Kevin Murphy drove Elvis back to his home. Thanks, Tiff. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your knowledge and corrections and facts. Facts, not fuckery. Okay. Here we go. Lisa, keep reading. 34. After Trooper Murphy dropped Elvis off at his Elvis's home, Elvis walked towards his home and then turned around and approached Kevin Murphy's car. After getting I had it word for word. After getting close to Trooper Murray's vehicle, Elvis asked Trooper Murphy, "If my spit is found on one of the girls, but I have an explanation for it, would I still be in trouble?" Nothing to see here. 35. DNA analyst Stacy Bozanovsky testified at the end of her cross-examination on October 28th that a person's spit can be analyzed for DNA. 36. Additionally, evidence exists that supports Elvis Fields was mimicking Brad Holder's (parentheses) who lived 125 plus miles away and should have no ties to Elvis Fields (close parentheses) Facebook posts, or that Brad Holder was mimicking Elvis Fields' Facebook posts months before the victims were abducted. CEG, ritualistic killings in images, drawn images. 38. Brad Holder's son Logan was dating Abby Williams, and Brad Holder had evidence that exhibited Holder's knowledge of a crime scene on his social media that no one else should know. Meanwhile, 125 miles away, Elvis Fields, who seemingly would have no reason to know Brad Holder even existed, A, followed Brad Holder on Facebook, mimicking his post, or vice versa, and B, was making statements that inculpate him as to being involved in the murders, including the expectation of the possibility that Elvis's, spit might be found on the girls. However, this would not be surprising based upon Lieutenant Holman's October 26 testimony that when multiple people are involved in a crime, someone will ultimately reveal the crime. 39. Additionally, the evidence from Brad Holder's social media supported the concept that others assisted him in committing the murders and moving the bodies, as Holder posted a meme on his Facebook page a few days after the girls were murdered. And the theme and words from that meme have become more important due to testimony that has been elicited during the trial. How you going, chat? It doesn't seem to be. Ernie, essay, no sexual assault. But that's why it's thought by it's me and others, that that the state's theory is that Richard Allen planned to sexually assault the girls, to rape the girls, Abby and Libby, but was spooked by a white van, Bradley Weber, who incidentally actually didn't arrive back into town past that area until much later, not at the time when the murders were supposedly being committed, but that he was attempting to sexually assault the girls and was spooked midway, and so instead decided to just simply, a simple little, multiple wounds throat slitting of both, redress one, clean off one's hands, stage them, put sticks over them in a ritualistic fashion, and then go in an hour. Okay. So because ritualistic, no sexual assault, the ritual is the theme. The sacrifice, yeah. Candy's back. Boom. Thank you for being back, Candy. Lovely. It's a beautiful bit of after-dinner reading for Candy. 40. According to blood spatter expert Pat Cicero, Liberty German's 600-pound body... Whoa. Sorry, Libby. 200-pound body was in fact moved from one location to another. 600. Sorry. 41. Also, pursuant to blood spatter expert Pat Cicero, there were no drag marks that could be seen on the crime photos. 42. Therefore, evidence supports that Libby's body was moved from one location to another and that 2 or more people would have been needed to carry the body since no drag marks existed. Certainly, it would be highly unlikely that one man alone could accomplish that task. 43. On February 17th, 2017, parentheses, 3 days after the murders, close parentheses, Brad Holder posted these words on his Facebook page. Quotes, "Your real ones don't judge you or ask a bunch of questions. They help you move the body and never speak of it again." Emphasis added. Interesting. 44. The fact that Brad Holder had content on his social media that mimics the crime scene, which was unknown to the public at this time, even before any leaks occurred. And additionally, that he posted words concerning how real friends would help him move a body supports the theory that Brad Holder and others were involved in the murders. The fact that Brad Holder has told multiple stories about whether he had ever met Abby Williams, ranging from he had never met her to he met her one time and to he met her 2 times, along with all the other evidence provided in the Frank's memo, supports that a third-party suspect evidence should be made admissible. This is 10 pages long. We're up to page 8. How you going, chat? I'm losing my voice, but that's cool. Oh, Sherry Berry's back too. Yay! I mean, excuse me, Emily, I don't know about established. These are the ponderings of everybody except for the law enforcement, who reluctantly acquiesced to the fact that there didn't seem to be any drag marks. It doesn't seem like they were killed there, but they've really been skating around that issue. But the prosecution isn't saying that. They're saying it happened right there and then. We'll make it make sense. Prove it. Prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. It's bullshit. Lol. This case is wild. Yes, Sherry Berry, it's despicable, wild, and very distressing. I had a big cry before. That's why my nose is red and I look a bit like shit. But also just because, I'm a professional. But we'll get back to it. Love it. 45. Additionally, the evidence previously provided to this court in the Frank's memo, as well as admitted into evidence on the 1st of August 2024, provided proof that Elvis Fields did not have an alibi that could be sustained. But quite the opposite, Elvis Fields' alibi is sketchy. Love that word. As his version of his whereabout on February the 13th, 2017, the day of the murder, runs counter to those who allegedly were with him on that day. In other words, no one could keep their story straight about Elvis's whereabouts on that day. 46. Lieutenant Holman's October 26, 2024 testimony leaves the jury under the mistaken belief that no evidence exists that multiple persons were involved in the murders and that no other suspects have made any statements that inculpates them in the crimes. Thus supporting inculpate means includes them, makes them a part of it. Exculpatory excludes them. Inculpate, include, exculpate, exclude. Parentheses, thus supporting Lieutenant Holman's theory that when multiple people are involved in a crime, at least one of them will ultimately reveal the crime. We've said that again. Asked and answered. Cumulative. 47. At the time of his October 26, 2024 testimony, Lieutenant Holman was fully aware that evidence existed that Elvis Fields made inculpatory statements, like to include him in the crime, concerning being present at the scene and at the time that the victims were murdered. 48. At the time of his October 26, 24 testimony, God, that's a mouthful, Lieutenant Holman was fully aware that evidence existed that Elvis Fields of Rushville, Indiana, had a connection with Brad Holder from Logansport, Indiana. And in fact, said evidence produced from the law enforcement investigations showed that Brad Holder and Elvis Fields were mimicking one another on Facebook. 49. Where's your paragraph break? Ugh. At the time of his October 26, 2024 testimony, Lieutenant Holman was fully aware that evidence existed that Brad Holder's son, Logan, dated Abby Williams. How you going, chat? Yes. Prosecution inferred that they were alive there. But I don't know. Yeah, neither, Ruby. It's going to be a hard no from me. Prove it. They can't prove it. These girls deserved better, absolutely. And their families. And to be honest, Richard Allen and Kathy Allen and his family. It's disgusting. They never even brought in toxicology report in court either, which is weird. I don't know what Indiana law is. I know that the Florida law for Madeline Soto, it's toxicology isn't allowed to be released before court. But yeah, colors. There's a lot of weird shit. Sus shit. Emily, one of the girls touched a tree, leaving blood. Saying it in a nicer way. Poor girls. Yeah, I don't know whether it was one of the girls. But it was on the other side of the tree, Rubicon, right? It wasn't on the side of the tree where the girls' bodies were found. Ernie, I'm sensing a trend of people in high-ranking positions being okay with people thinking they're stupid. Absolutely. Being stupid is better than being corrupt. No, they're gaslighting. They're gaslighting the jury. They're gaslighting the people in the gallery. So the Andrea Burkharts, the Lawyer Lees, the Bob Motters, and like basically what is being witnessed in court, both the testimony and the evidence and the conclusions one can draw from those things, also the jury, and then they're straight out gaslighting to the jury and to those 25 non-press people and the press, stating different things to what is being said and or seen. It's despicable. Like, just trust us. Believe what we are saying. Don't believe your eyes and ears. Listen to what we're telling you, you fools, you little peasants. You peasants of the jury. You peasants of the press. The press, mainstream media don't care. Nancy Grace doesn't care. 50, my next birthday. At the time of his October 26, 2024 testimony, Lieutenant Holman was fully aware that Brad Holder had evidence on his social media consistent with signatures left behind at the crime scene, including a mimicked crime scene photograph that looked eerily similar to the way that the bodies were posed on the ground of the woods, and photographs of sticks laid down on the ground and a similar pattern of sticks found on Abby's body in the form of a hand-drawn pattern on the wrist of Brad Holder. Oh my God. Some punctuation, please. Among other incriminating items, including a post about real friends helping move bodies. 51. At the time of his testimony, Lieutenant Holman was aware that Odinists, Norse paganists, had been investigated as being involved in the murders. At the time of his testimony, 52. At the time of his testimony, Lieutenant Holman was aware that both Brad Holder and Elvis Fields possessed knives, and that Brad Holder used knives as part of his Odinism religion. 53. At the time of his testimony, Lieutenant Holman was aware, or should have been aware, that Brad Holder possessed a .40 caliber handgun, uncycled round found at scene. At 54, at the time of his testimony, Lieutenant Lieutenant Holman was aware, or should have been aware, that Brad Holder's .40 caliber handgun was never collected, test-fired, or compared to the bullet allegedly found at the crime scene. What do you think about that, chat? Disgusting. Sorry, I'm reading in my head again. I keep forgetting I got to read this shit out loud. I'm sorry, it's my first day here. I haven't done this before. Yep, it's all questionable. Yes. Colors. Ruby, we don't know if it was the girls or not. That's what the state says. I can explain the scene way better than they did. It drives me crazy. Yes, make it make sense. It's just the gaslighting. It's like the gaslighting in the Karen Reid trial, but we can't see it for our own eyes. We can't see it. We can't hear it. It's really concerning. Wild. Emily Wild. Your girl needs nicotine. Yikes. I had to get this new flavor. I'm not a fan. It's all right. Better than just empty gas chamber. Orange, grapefruit, lemon. You know how long it's been since I had a proper vape? My toes are tingling now. Love nicotine, the best. Like the blood flowing oddly down the leg, they said she must have been sitting up, but someone could have pulled her leg up and forward, then put over to shoulder, which would explain that too, yeah. They did take photos, but those photos haven't been released to us. They've been released to the jury, but not to the public, which is an issue. Right to information, public right to public documents. Yeah, it's a visibility issue. What's a document? I don't know. Terrible. Excuse me, dying. I'm reading the document. I'm reading it now. This is the document. This document. The defense motion to reapplying to the court, to Judge Gull, to allow the introduction of a third party culprit, and all the reasons as to why that door has been opened on many occasions by the prosecution, by the state. Nick McClelland. There, 55. Therefore, whoa, that's a paragraph. Let's see how we go. Is it the last one? Lord have mercy. We're getting there. Last page. This one and then the last page. Breathe. Therefore, the jury has been misled into believing that law enforcement's only, italicized, available evidence only supports that only one person was involved in the crime. When Lieutenant Holman's, own words on the stand, evidence from the law enforcement investigation and trial testimony from Dr. Kaur, Pat Cicero and Lieutenant Jerry Holman would support the defense theory that multiple people were involved in the crimes. This is true because Elvis Fields has provided inculpatory statements and had a social media connection with Brad Holder. Yes. And Lieutenant Holman has indicated that when multiple people are involved in a crime, it is his experience that one of the participants will ultimately reveal the secret of the crime. This is so cumulative, but they're hammering it home. It is also true because a substantial amount of evidence supports that Brad Holder's social media contained words and images that are consistent with the crime scene and also consistent with creating or showcasing an alibi at 2 a.m. on February 14th, 2017, when for the only time in his life, he claimed in a Facebook post that he was at the gym. That'd be like saying I was at the gym, lol. Parentheses, as Holder stated under oath in a deposition. Close parentheses. Holder's social media is also consistent with others being involved and assisted him in moving the bodies. Page 10, 56. This is the last page. Richard Allen possesses a Sixth Amendment right to rebut Lieutenant Holman's theory that one man and only one man was involved in these murders, especially when Lieutenant Holman's reasoning for believing that only one man was involved in the murders is debunked by the evidence detailed herein. Yes. Including Elvis Fields' inculpatory statement that supports Lieutenant Holman's belief that when multiple people are involved in a crime, ultimately one person will reveal the commission of the crime. 57. Oh, no. Yeah, that 57. Additionally, as previously detailed, Richard Allen possesses a Sixth Amendment right to present evidence that those involved in Norse paganism, Odinism, were involved in the murders and posed the girls and placed sticks on the girls in certain arrangements for reasons that are very personal to the people that committed the crimes. 58. Defense files this motion currently, in part, for purposes of a ruling in anticipation of the need to contact our witnesses if the court reverses his ruling. Yikes. Her ruling. Sorry, Judge Gold. Respectfully submitted, Andrew Baldwin, Brad Rosie, and Jennifer Auger. Certified. Okay, we did it. We did it. And my nose whistle stopped. And yeah. Sherry Berry, yes. Could you please do it? You have to go very early. There's only 24 seats, man. Do it. Boots on the ground. That's okay, Reese. Honestly, I can't listen to the sound of my voice for very long either. So if you drone out and come back in, as long as you're back, we're good. We're good. Yes. Rube, like skilled crime scene detectives would interpret the scene, it was nothing. It was nothing. None of that. Okay, Ernie. Good. Out sarcasm ourselves. Documents. Colors Flight. I had just hoped better for these girls. I'm sorry that they won't get justice. Yeah, the general consensus is I believe he'll be acquitted. Richard Allen will be acquitted. Resounding unanimous acquittal. And then the state will say, the jury got it wrong. The end. What a shame. Hey, look at my hair. Looks all right. Yeah, exactly. Yes, we did it. That was pretty good. How many hours? 3 hours. Psh, nothing. That's nothing. Janine. Rubicon agree, and I blame the judge the most. Yes, there's a lot of questions about Judge Gull. It seems like though she is the gatekeeper for the whatever you want to call it of the prosecution and the law enforcement, the investigation. Hubris, it's got real Judge Beb vibes, right? Except we didn't get the benefit, or we're not getting the benefit of the transparency of a publicly available trial or documents. Miss Shorty, I hope you never know with juries. If more women than men, the women will bully the male jurors. Well, from what I understand, from what Andrew was saying, and when I was crying before, is that the male jurors seem to be very concerned with Kathy's well-being, Kathy Allen's, Richard Allen's wife. And I agree with what Andrea said, was that, men are protectors by nature, and that, you can do whatever you want to me as a guy, but if you fuck with my wife, if you fuck with my missus or my partner, I'm not going to stand for that. And that's the vibe she's getting, a lot of concern for Kathy. And I don't know whether that will translate into an acquittal, but I think yes. I'm calling it. Gosh, I look like I need to wash my face and have a wine. It's 3 o'clock. It's wine o'clock, chat. It's definitely wine o'clock. What are we going to do about it? Not yet. Gull and Canoni are quite a pair. They've even got a kind of a similar look, like the same kind of age, Anglo, same kind of like nondescript look. Ugh. The same corrupt look in their eyes. Janine says, Reese, we were talking about that in Melanie's chat today. Not sure if you were there, but the consensus was that Richard Allen needs a turtle boy to shine the light and fight for justice. I mean, I think that there are a fair few channels doing that. Defense Diaries, Bob Motter has been big on this for a long time. But it's tricky. Defense attorneys are not always viewed in the kindest light by the general public, which is a shame. I mean, I have a lot of issue with a lot of defense attorneys in all of the trials, except for the Karen Reid trial and in this trial. Mostly all the trials I watch, I'm like, ooh, slime balls. Ew. I know that their clients have a right to fair and complete and vigorous representation, but come on now. Yes. Yeah, women can be awful. Fact. Ernie says, I don't necessarily think that we need to pop off. I think we get our information really quickly and are better equipped to make better decisions. Good communication is key. Hard, yes. Not sure to what you are referring, but yes, it's a blanket rule. Agreed. Rubicon, facts, yes. There were protesters out today. Good. Members only, 1 o'clock. It's always 1 o'clock here. Well, it's not always, but I imagine the nose whistles. Imagine my delirium, my inability to read. Imagine my shiny face if I was drinking wine as well. Hey, I got this cool infrared styling tool. Look at it. Gull makes Bev look good. Agreed. Wow, Reese. Yeah, we had that discussion. I don't go anymore either. I can't. Anyway. My tastes in what I watch on YouTube are always evolving. And I don't watch much Melanie Little these days. Let's just say that. But I understand her appeal, and she has an amazing knowledge, an amazing platform, an amazing wealth of experience, a great vibe. She's amazing. I'm kidding. That's a good future idea, though. Yes. Drink your wine. Take a bath. Don't have a bath. I do have a bath, but read, color to carry yourself. Color. Let's go back to this. Let's do this. So next Friday night, next week, 7 Eastern. If you weren't in my previous stream or we didn't stay to the end, 7 Eastern, I'm doing a live stream with celebrating Justin Root's life and discussing the circumstances and the skullduggery surrounding his tragic death. Jen Root, his sister, and friend of the channel, Beatrice, will be joining me, and it's just been decided, although I've got to run it past the ladies, but Jason Broyles, who was we did the stream earlier tonight, started at 5 your time, whatever time it was my time. Way too early. I had to get up at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning to look this Stuart sunning. Just all gone to shit now, though. So 7 Eastern next week. And then what do we got? This weekend, Mega Camp Shorty weekend. Tomorrow morning. No, in my morning. God, so confusing. 6 p.m. Eastern, whatever that is, Central and Pacific. 6 p.m. Eastern, Matt McKay, we have to talk. We need to talk. That's back to the Karen Reid trial stuff. The next day, Sunday night, your time, 6 p.m., Colin Albert, we need to talk. And then at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do a Let's Talk Toxic Positivity where we can talk about why buying positive vibes only and diminishing someone's lived experience by kind of insisting or expecting them to see the bright side can be really debilitating and distressing for the person on the receiving end, even though the intentions of the person delivering that positive vibe only kind of insistence is well intentioned. And then Toad Ferguson suggested this to me, and I don't know if she's still here, but I love it. 6 Eastern on Monday night, mega camp shorty weekend. Never have I ever watched any minute of the Depp v. Heard trial. So we're going to do it. We're going to start. We're going to start on day one. I'm not going to watch every day of trial because it was 6 weeks long, and I have to do my peasant work shit and do other stuff. But we'll start with the opening statements, and then I'll take suggestions as to which day's turn. Ferguson's here. Yeah, mega pint shorty. That's me. So Monday night at 6. Not that.
Shit.
So good. Focus. Monday night at 6, Depp v. Heard. Haven't written the description yet for it, but it's up, so scheduled. Love you to go in and like all the scheduled streams I've got. Please read my descriptions. I take ages to write them. Read the one for this one. It's bloody good. I'm a good writer. Damn it. Tell me I'm a good writer. Okay, starting from December 1, which is, we've got a month. I'm going to do a month of Mandelas, which is art therapy, basically. Oh, my God, I can't look at how greasy I am. Hang on, wait. Let me just do a bit of this. So vain. Vanity fueled by insecurity. Oh, so much better. Jesus. So Mandelas are a circular. Okay, I did this one once. A circular thing. This is like a deconstructed mandala. This is a bit of a mandala. It's got silver. A circular pattern. This is a more traditional mandala. I did all these. Another one. Bit dodge. Some of them. Who cares? I like this one. Kind of cool. Yeah. So art therapy is something that really helps me when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, and I don't often do them these days. I started this whole notebook. God, the pages are dirty because of my dirty hands. Not now. I've got clean hands now. I started this book December last year, 1st of December, in a month of Mandela's sort of initiative by Shannon Shaming from The Shaming of Jay, Jay's wife. And they really helped me. So I thought it might be nice to, if you would like, it's an open invitation. I'm sowing the seed now that for the month of December this year, and sort of run through my Discord server, because it's a great place. It's such a good community. If you haven't already joined, love you to come on in. We could do a month of Mandelas ourselves, and who knows what, like, I had not remembered my artistic abilities. Like I did graphic design at university for a year before I changed to sound and radio production and presentation. That's my formal training. I know, you can tell, right? Like, I'm such a professional. Lol, and my voice, lol. This was my very first one. This is what I used. This is my doodling go-to when I doodle in class, or if I'm on the phone. This is what I do: spirals, just with a Sharpie. And then it progressed all the way through to last week. Adam, I think I drew this one for my Adam. Adam drives Helen, my boyfriend, my love, my right-hand man, my lead moderator, my bestie, my pirate, my land pirate. So you just go, like, they don't have to, like, I'm a perfectionist, and I go, and I've got graphic design training, but anything, it's just fun. It could be scribble. I've got other ones which is like, this is just dots. Yeah, that was my second one. Just spirally shit. I was still finding myself with this one. Don't love it, but I could do it again. I found a blank page in this book. This was a heat wave day. It was so hot that day. Oh my God, like 100 degrees. I was out on the road. So let's do it. I'll make a Discord channel in my Discord server that you can, if you want. You don't have to drop it. Like, I just take photos and just drop them into the Discord server to share, give each other encouragement, or you don't have to. You can DM them to me if you want to keep them private. You don't have to. You don't have to do it. You can do them one. You can do one every day. You could do 5 a day. I just got this little spiral notebook as a gift, I think, before I even did anything like this. I just had it in my collection from Kmart. We have Kmart here. You guys don't have that anymore, I don't think. Anyway, anything, any scraps of paper, whatever you like, big, small, paint. I've done paint ones. It's a really, like, paint ones. I love these ones. That's paint. just experimenting with some of the paints that I had. I like this one. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, if you want. Anyway, what trial, babe? Discord Ernie. Jeez. I'm channeling my inner Adam right now. Like not knowing what's going on in chat, but I'm not going to freak out. So I'm not entirely channeling Adam because sometimes Adam loses a little bit. He's like, oh, what's up? I don't know, they're talking. I don't know. Chat. Have I got a wrist guard? Why? For what? Fucking shit up? No, I don't. So Discord, like, wait. Okay, Discord is simple, right? If you just all you need to do is have for my art. No wrist guard. Like, because I'm so hectic. I don't know. Discord is simple. If you have the app, and then just click the link, and I can drop the link. I'll drop the link in the description after this finishes to Discord. Click the link, and it'll funnel you into the welcome place, and then we can help you around. It's so easy. It's basically like a big filing cabinet. Imagine my Discord server or Adam's Discord server or Melissa Turd Ferguson's Discord server is like a big filing cabinet, yeah. And then each drawer of the filing cabinet is a category, and so we have trial watching, fun shit, we demand justice. There's a Karen Reid and Officer John O'Keefe drawer category, and then in each drawer are files. They're hashtags, and so there's like, I don't know, Florida versus Sarah Boone in trial watching. There's Indiana versus Richard Allen. There's a whole Let's Talk drawer filing cabinet with all like let's talk homelessness, let's talk trauma, let's talk neurodivergence, let's talk bullying, let's talk women's business, menopause and menstruation. Sorry guys, but there's a channel for that. It's the best place. We have a counting channel. It's easy peasy. You can't break anything, so take the plunge. It can feel a little overwhelming, but me, Adam, Ernie, and Turd, I don't know if you're pink yet in my Discord, but I did pop you onto the moderator role there, I think. I don't know. You've got so many accounts in my Discord. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. The art therapy might be a nice way to, like at the end of the year, they can do festive stuff. The end of the year to kind of decompress and kind of find a bit of soothing creative flow. If you don't think you're creative, you don't feel like you are, who knows? Who cares? Just do some scribbles. Do writing. You could cut pictures out of magazines. Are there still magazines? And like glue them on like a collage. So many things. It's okay, Candy. I'll keep chipping away. It's pretty fun though. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool people in Discord. Me, Adam, Ernie. Who else is there? Turd. Colors. Cat Randall. So many of us. This is fun. Okay. So if you would like to catch up or start with watching the coverage of this Richard Allen trial in the murder of sham trial, fiasco, disgusting, I would recommend, I recommend going to Andrea Burkhart and just starting with her next day of coverage. Which will be like there'd be coverage for today and there'll be some coverage for tomorrow because she takes copious notes and then her storytelling is beautiful. I dropped those links into my Discord channel file relating to this trial. Also Lawyer Lee, Defense Diaries, Bob Motter and Ali Motter. So many places you can find this, but we've kind of caught up now. So if you want to know, ask me in Discord. Love to help you out if I can. Tiff obviously knows a lot of answers. Crocheting. I think I just joined Rubicon. Yay! I can't crochet any, but I can macrame, and I've done a lot of macrame. I've got macrame, plant hangers, pillowcase holders, light shades, it was a whole hobby that now I have so much macrame cord, but I don't have time to macrame. Yeah, Sherry Berry, art therapy. It's really fun and lovely. And I found my artistic flair that I'd kind of forgotten about. It took me a while. And now I fucking love it. Like I've been doing them again now. I get really busy and my notebook's almost full, but it's so lovely. I've got a whole bunch of colors and textures and paints and things. It took me a while to find my stride, to find my confidence, but it's a place where I just open my brain up and pick up the pencil to trace out a circle, the same size uniform every time. Got some Sharpies. It's lovely. Ernie, my mom has a macrame business. Ernie Birdie. Macrame is super easy. Fun, therapeutic. I don't know about crochet. I'm left-handed. No one can teach me how to crochet. Lana, truth and transparency. She's up there putting in the work too. Yeah. I'm time poor and was on catch up. Excuse me. I was on catch up for this trial because I only just finished watching Sarah Boone and the Leilani Simon trial in the murder of her 20-month-old son, Quentin Simon. May he rest in peace. Throwing him in the trash. So I was on catch ups. I didn't know how I'd feel about watching just like recaps or storytelling of what had been witnessed in the court. But so good. I'm sure all of these people are doing amazing things. And now that I've got more time, I'm going to go back and watch some more. So I'll give Lana Truth and Transparency a go-to. Don't like jute. No jute. Macrame cord. Jute. Macrame cord. BRB. Don't get me, like, this is just, I've got so many thicknesses. This is macrame cord. I've got brown, I've got pink, I've got green, I've got grey, I've got white, I've got cream. This is a very thin one, small, narrow diameter. The big, thick, chunky ones. It's cool fun. Very, very soothing. Super easy. Okay. Does anybody want a song before we go? Or we just want to... Like, I've got songs, Plevin song, Ode to Apathy, the Bluegrass song. I can do the Cat 5 Hurricane song, Turd Ferguson. Or we can go out with Adam and My Love song. Waiting. 30-second delay. What? The closing one? What about I just love Ode to Apathy. I'll play Ode to Apathy. I'll come back if you don't want. So many songs. We need to have a turd music night. My punctuation is sucking tonight. Sherry Berry, yours and the defense motion. Yikes. More commas, more paragraph breaks, more proofreading. Please and thank you from a wordsmith. Let's just go out. Make sure you have liked if you haven't already liked. After the stream ends, drop a comment. I'll drop the Discord link in the comment in the description box. No, I'll drop it in the comments. No, I'll drop it in the description box. Then maybe you'll read my description because it's bloody good. Please read it. Give me affirmation. Tell me I'm a good writer. Yuck. Bad angles, Lisa. Love song. Banjo. Okay, we'll play the banjo. I love it so much. Let's play this one first. It's so good. It's a good mood. We got something to lift us up.
I ain't a man of violent ways. Not a man of violent ways. My strategy is apathy. No arguing, no fights. Just love and empathy. Time fades, the fire's light. Apathy can be your answer. No need to join the fight. 'Cause both sides are wrong and both sides are right. Give it a try and see. Give it a day to confirm. In a year it's clear to think about the long term. This world is full of chaos. It can make emotions boil Reacting makes it worse, igniting scorn and turmoil. I ain't a man of violent ways, not a man of violent ways. My strategy is apathy, no arguing, no fights, just love and empathy. Time fades, the fire's light. Just relax, don't get cross, purge all bad emotions. Be at peace, ease your thoughts, and mind your compassion. Apathy may be the answer, there ain't no need to fight, 'cause both sides are wrong, and both sides are right. Fights are a ruse, an endless game. There is nothing to lose, and nothing to gain. This world is full of chaos, it can make emotions boil. Reacting makes it worse, igniting scorn and turmoil. I ain't a man of violent ways, not a man of violent ways. My strategy is apathy, no arguing, no fights, just love and empathy. Time fades, the fire's light. Protecting people that I love, trusting only a few. Laying my life down, if that is what I need to do.
I love you. Thank you. Love your faces. Mwah. See you tomorrow night. Bye, shorties. You.
Our brother, hipster, van dweller, the land pirate radio host, hangs by the Oregon coast. Lisa, our sister, survivor and warrior. Miss Shorty shows care and concern, broadcasting out of Melbourne. They've been streaming for a while, and they know they make us smile. He knew love from 8,000 miles away, 13,000 kilometers, never got it away. Half the world apart, but united in the heart. Both are uniquely complex, bravely seeking what's next. It would be an easier goal to maintain the status quo, but sincere in their beliefs, for us to find our love and peace. They've been streaming for a while, and they know they make us smile. They've been streaming for a while, and they know they make us smile. He knew love from 8,000 miles away, 13,000 kilometers, never gotten away. Half the world apart, but united in the heart. Both are uniquely complex, bravely seeking what's next.